Hey,
Never
Paper.
Why am I taking this?
The cool guy?
The cool guy.
What is this?
There he
It's my
is.
old stuff.
Oh. I'm gonna put it on eBay. Nobody would buy it, but if somebody wants a level 7
Put
druid,
it on eBay.
level 7 druid, slightly used.
What is this?
So,
Woman
Look at
stepped on this. I bet you get someone to buy it.
Jesus. Cut the VOD.
Alright, so
I'm just saying, you want to sell it or not, man?
I can
believe this
restart
one.
the
Start
stream. So, last we left off,
What?
you guys
No.
dropped off
Sales.
Atosh with. You guys dropped off Atosh with Cray, who returned back to his father's home and his father's Arcana, or mother's Arcana, the Arcana Abdesir, in order to research both how maybe to get his magic back, as well as how to get him home, as well as maybe another way to find his brother. His dad was elated, and there was a heartfelt moment where everyone got along in the house, which hadn't happened in that household for basically as long as Cray's brother had been missing. The search for Xander continues, but not for this party. You guys continued on to Jersey Mike's.
Yes.
And got some blueberry muffins.
That's a month.
And
That's
ran
right.
across a vigilante justice in action. One whole vigilante justice in action. And joined the fray, only to apprehend one person and slay the rest. And you spoke to Detective Ismay, who regaled you with what she knew, but mostly got told what you know, because at this point, in regard to the Otura, you probably did know more than her, and upon reading Felix's very extensive brief, maybe that's not the case anymore. Maybe she knows as much and a little bit more than you guys. However, she did try to share most all of her things, and you now have two friends in Cyroth's police department, so to speak. One in the Orc Noland, who got his muffins for the first time ever. Not for the first time ever, from you guys, first time ever. And also in Detective Ismay, who does not get much actual help. You guys are putting a close to that and beginning to make your way out of Detective Ismay's office and into a nearby tavern. And the rest of the afternoon and evening is yours.
Ooh.
Okay.
I can't think of anything
Oh,
else.
and also there was a sending from yourself to to Medvec, who basically responded with, it was, "How's it going, boss? We still got her. What are you gonna do about it?" Basically, and
Time to
he
eat my whole
said,
ass.
you should give that back because you're gonna start an altercation for.
See,
I would burn
I thought you said
another.
start a war.
He did say start a war.
It wouldn't be the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, because I specifically remember that he said you should give it back. I'm gonna burn another 3rd level spell slot to send again,
Sure.
and I'm just gonna put asterisk her.
I love it.
Because it, like, on the premise, on the mind that, like, she's not an object, she is a person. And then I'm gonna fill the rest with, like, I don't know, what white noises over sending. Like, Alexa, play rain sounds.
The sound of a fax machine.
Yeah.
Dial up internet.
And it gets to his side, and it's just, what is it? Where like, what is it called? Where it like you write out like crash. Like,
Oh, the boom, smack,
yeah.
slurp,
It's just-
smack.
It's just a bunch of text that shows up in his brain.
It's like I put the phone in my
what?
pocket, but I didn't hang up.
Yeah. Yeah. So he hears the whatever conversation that you got for 24. You said her asterisk, and then for 23 more words he has her whatever you were talking about.
Yeah,
Next.
it's just that.
And so he does not reply to that.
That's fine.
Because I feel he already gave his message and doesn't feel the need to.
Just like,
What else would you like to do with the evening?
It's up
It's
to
like
you guys.
firmly
I'm
into the
literally-
afternoon and coming to the evening.
I'm just gonna be copying spells from
And
one
our
book
sleep
to the other.
schedule's all messed up right now.
It
Yes,
is. You'll be able to sleep
Yeah.
later tonight, but to flip it back.
And then we just got to get up early in the morning.
Is there anything that you guys would like to do? If not, I'm okay with moving.
No, not really. I'm
Yeah.
ready to go. I'm just
Okay.
gonna pass through the
so
evening as one does.
If I recall, there's all. I'm sorry. What was that?
I was just saying, like, I'll just pass the evening as one does in tavern place.
Okay. If I recall, you guys had gotten rooms, but I don't remember having like what the arrangement was. Does everybody get their own room? You want to sort that out now?
How does
It's up
that
to you
work?
guys. Now you guys can afford
I guess-
7 rooms if you'd like to.
How much are rooms?
Depending on the establishment you want to go to, you can get 1 night in a tavern for 3 silver, or you can get 1 night in a tavern for 2 gold.
Jesus.
I don't know the difference between those beds. I'll pay the 2 gold.
Doesn't matter. to
It's
me.
the same establishment. They just have different rooms.
Yeah.
There's what, there's 7 of us. I'll plop down 14 gold.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
So that he's just like scraping his gold back into his pouch.
Used to.
And
Again,
now,
again,
Zadius has clocked where Diarmid's pouch is.
Perfect.
36.
And everybody beds down for the night. Felix gets into his onesie, butt flap and all, gym jams, ready for bed. During the night, Felix, you're asleep. But it's not a restful sleep. And you kind of knew this was going to happen. You were struggling to get to sleep. The memories of today kept flashing through and making it hard until eventually you went on a small walk, returned to your bed, and managed to actually fall asleep. While unconscious, you can feel the thump in your temples. This has happened before. The first time that you were chasing that vandal, the person who vandalized the church in Swaywood, and he threw paint, and you blocked your face, and as you did, your manacle swung up, and you didn't notice at the time, but you clocked him over the head with it, and he went down, and you didn't notice because you were busy handcuffing him, and your partner Lenore rushes up to you and yells, "Good job, Feet! What happened?" And that's when you notice that he's bleeding, and you notice that he's unconscious. This is the first time you had to catch someone and do something. It's familiar, but it's still different. You reach down for your medical bag and you're looking and you're grabbing the bandages, and as you go to apply the bandages to this man's side right above the temple, just as you were trained, your eyes follow, and it's not the man's face anymore. Your heart drops, and the bandages in hand, you look the same, but the unremarkable porcelain pale face looks back at you. Black eyelids, small slits. You turn back to Lenore, but he's gone. Your sword's in your hand now, though, and it's ablaze like it always is in battle. The new sword, not the one you were issued. Is this a battle? You wouldn't have your sword glowing like this if it weren't. You spin around and you're not on your knees anymore. There's not a man below you. He's not there. You feel a sweat on your face and you quickly wipe it off from your forehead. And as you do, you get a glance at your palm as it returns to the blade, and it's not sweat. It's red. You hear a laugh to your left, a cackle. And the masked figure, as you turn, returns to you, just unanimated, looking at you, staring, just laughing, body not moving as it does. You stand, trying to gain your bearing, looking around, and you're back in those same mines where the Utura were, and there's so much blood on your hands. And you're looking around, you're like, where are my friends? Who do you look for?
Atosh.
Oh,
And with a quick scan,
paying attention.
you rush forward and come across a offshoot, and you see him getting attacked. Getting attacked by one of the Urtura that you had bested. You are witnessing the attack, and you always know what to do with this. You lunge forward to block with your shield, but there is no shield on your hand, and all you notice is the blood on your hand as you go. What do you do when there's not something to defend here?
I put myself in the way of the blade.
The blade slashes into you, and you feel the pain, but it's in that amorphous, fugue state of a dream. This isn't real, and you know it, but it feels real. And instinctively, you carve into him back. And go blow for blow with this man for some time, and it flashes by you in a blur. You're not able to really make sense left or right of it, but Atosh is on the ground, so your medical kit, once again, and you go to begin bandaging him up, and he's gonna be okay, you know he's gonna be okay. There's no problem, he's just unconscious, he'll be up just in a minute. He was coughing a little bit before he passed out and said, "I'm all good," and then fell asleep.
Checks out.
And
Oh, good.
Wizard's famous last words.
you hear a gasp for air as you're kneeling beside Atosh to your right, and you look and see the man that bled out next to you that you couldn't save before and couldn't save now. And you hear the laugh again, same as before, and shake your head. Do you turn?
Yes.
You turn, and as you do, when your gaze is scanning for this figure once more, it's able to pick out a lotus petal, a full flower, and you follow those instead of looking for this figure. And Atosh is gone, the man is gone, the figure's not there. You're at a dinner. There's not a sword in your hand, there's a fork. You see a child before you, a young girl, a mother in front. Not yours, not your child, not familiar. And you hear a voice, and it's not yours, but you feel yourself speaking. And you hear a voice that's not yours come from you say, "I don't care if you approve or not, Atakune will handle it." And you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, in the reflection off in the distance, and it's the man that you had just seen and had slain. And you hear yourself say, "He's giving us a new life, Gale. It's gonna be okay." Gale responds to you, "We can't trust him. Things will end poorly if we get on this road." And you say, "I'm not asking you, I'm asking her." And your gaze turns to the little girl. "Isn't your daddy a hero?" The little girl at the table replies, "You've always been my hero, Dad. You always do what we need you to do." "That's right," the body you're in says. "I'll do whatever it takes for this family, Gale, and it's worth it." You feel the calm that he feels, the serenity, the resolve. As he looks to, presumably, his wife, you feel her fear. The fear that it's not going to work out, that it's not going to be okay, that things will go poorly with this group of people that he's getting associated with. And that fear is so much louder than the resolve and the calm that he feels. And the face begins to morph into that same porcelain face, and you panic a little bit, and the door kicked next to you. You turn. You were just here today, and you're standing over the man that you killed with only a slight hesitation. But he's also in the room before you, and So are all the people, the warlock that cast the spell that almost took all your life all at once, the other warlocks, the group that you were just fighting. The door's not kicked open, you're here before. What do you do?
I look around in a panic.
What are you looking for?
The porcelain vase.
It's not there. They're talking, you can't make out the words. There's no laughter like there was before.
Mm-hmm.
You do see, as you're glancing around, small lotus petals. Not sure if it was in the room when you were here. You walk up to the table that they're at and go to read what they're reading and looking at, but as you go to read the words, they scatter like bugs when you turn on the light, and you're chasing them with your eyes, and you make out Atakune, Lowland, Stothold. The lotus petals wash by once more, and your vision follows back to where your body was. You hear a comforting, familiar voice. Whose voice do you hear, and what are they saying? What are the first things that they say to you?
It'd probably be my mother. She'd be asking if I'm done with this adventuring stuff yet and ready to come home.
Are you done? Or can you come home now, or?
Not yet.
Not yet. Felix, we miss you. Your father misses you. Can't you just come back and be safe, be a guard? Even that's a little dangerous for me.
I have to make right what's gone on here. I have to be a hero.
Not everything can be made right, though. And I mean, you can make things right here. So, can you come home?
I will, just not yet.
When?
When I fix things.
As you say, when I fix things. The laughter returns once more. It's behind you now. You're looking for the lotus petals. They got you out of this before, but they're not here, and the laughing is getting louder behind you. You don't hear any footsteps. You're not sure if it's approaching, or you feel a hand on your shoulder.
I whip around to see who it is.
As you whip around, your body jolts awake, and you're drenched in sweat. And there's no face, nobody in the room. You're alone.
I'll get up and wash my face and go for a walk.
It's very early in the morning. You've gotten probably 4 hours of sleep. It's enough for you. You've had rough hours working at the guard before. Things are normal. The birds are chirping. Your friends will be up soon, you think?
Can I say that the airmen would be up somewhat early at this point, just, getting coffee
Sure.
and stuff?
As you head out, you do walk past Dearman, who gives you a slight nod as you presumably brush past out the
Yeah,
door.
I'm totally in my own head.
He just kind of gives you the shit, is he alright? Kind of thing.
I just try to center myself in the sounds of the town waking up.
You walk a mile, 2 miles, Jersey Mike's opens up.
That's
It's not a time for muffins,
Oh.
Yeah.
but it's comforting to know that
He's just saying that. There's always time for
Just trying not to role play.
it's comforting to know that if you wanted to, Nolan could have his day made once again, and you can do it.
Yeah.
Where do you do? Where do you go? Anywhere in particular? Nowhere in particular?
I just wander wherever my feet take me and try to clear my head.
You walk probably 2-3 miles, You're walking faster than you mean to, but it feels good to be moving again, and you make your way eventually back to the tavern. Before your friends wake up, Diarmid's finished his breakfast. You're more sweaty than you were when you lurched out of bed because of the walk around the town, but you feel better about it.
I'll have I'll have bought a coffee for Felix or something like that. It's just like, hey, you alright?
I don't know.
Here, you look like you need this.
Thanks.
In the case.
You a big old swig.
Hmm?
Man,
Bitter.
I hate coffee. But I think I needed this.
It's more for function, not flavor. Sometimes.
Well, it was certainly some nights.
Yeah, I understand that.
You all come to. It's the next morning.
Felix, did you go swimming? Does this hotel have a pool?
It's not like he's just fucking like absolutely soaking in it.
Yeah.
He's a little dried up.
Come on, have you woken up this summer?
It's not
Sweating.
bad.
Yeah.
You don't look
Yeah.
like you've been swimming. You just look a little disheveled. And you smell a little funny. Or do you wake up look like you've been swimming?
Ah.
Where did that go?
Yeah.
My man is stuff called hair.
Yeah.
See a people
That-
like what is it? Pituitary gland doctor or something like that's
That's
not
like-
healthy.
If you wake up and
That day-
you look like you've been swimming, then I wonder if you got taken away by some fish before or something.
That night
Hopefully
that
no more fish
the
No
power
more?
went
I
out,
do.
so we didn't have AC for the entire night.
So you did wake up swimming.
Yeah.
I just went for a morning walk. Clear my head a little bit.
But yeah,
Had a
I don't know if I would have been able to go to sleep.
Let's see.
Me too, but too quick with our arm.
longer or shorter.
I'll have to ask him.
I don't.
Batuk, was it longer or shorter?
I don't know, I wasn't there.
Yeah, you were.
Just kind of looked down. Like, I only have 2 arms.
And they're both longer.
Yeah.
See, when I want to clear my head,
Mm-hmm.
I just stand here and I do this. And I just start doing kung fu moves in the middle of the tavern.
I lean over. I'm like, I think his head's just always clear. I don't think there's anything rattling in there.
Yeah.
Too many concussions.
And you shake
I
his
was
head,
even hit on the
dust
head a
just
lot or
fall out of his
something.
nose or something.
Yeah, I think I lost count.
Lovely.
In my head, that's pretty easy for you to do, eh?
Mhm.
Just got a contusion.
He's got CTE at this point.
You can't see all the lumps because there's enough fur that it's like covered, but there's definitely just lumps all over.
Your nose goes in about 4 different directions.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like you'd have to re-break it though, about 4 different times to reset it.
Where did we leave the people we're taking to the
Huh?
library?
I'm sure we got a room, right?
They
It's what it is, maybe.
they could have stayed at the Arcana.
That's true.
Presumably, that's probably where they did stay because that's where you dropped off your brother and Sigil. So
Oh, you brought others with you too.
So the other, there were 2 others that we rescued from deep in the mines.
Yeah.
They were captured by the Otura and they were drilling out this weird crystal stuff.
It was great.
Yeah, we'll go, I guess, collect them and head off on our
I'm gonna regale you with everything we've been through,
Okay.
leaving no detail unspoken. And I'm gonna whatever we're having for breakfast is like hash browns or something, or like
Sure,
what
yeah.
is it? Okay, whatever's in your world
Okay,
is
before
breakfast.
you do that,
And
and
it's
I'm
gonna-
gonna before you do, and I'm
First
gonna
breakfast
I'm
or
gonna
second?
grab another coffee for you. Like,
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, give Atosh caffeine. Fantastic.
Yeah, and another one for myself as well.
Can we talk about the mail? The guy who talks about the mail. Can we talk about the mail?
So,
Pepe Silva. So I'm gonna, and every time the Took goes unconscious, I'm gonna like line up a hash brown, and they just start rolling out. And it's like 20, and then I finally end with like the dragon. I explain all the dragons, and I just blatantly tell you how I think his sword is cursed. I'm just gonna be like, okay, by the way, just so you know, pretty sure this guy's sword is cursed. He doesn't think it's cursed, but that's how curses work.
I mean, I
think I know.
I think I said this before, but I can't really comment on, you know, weapons, like cursed weapons and stuff like that, because I carry one, so.
Great.
Fit right in.
I'm just gonna be like, okay.
It hasn't.
So anyway.
It hasn't led me to commit anything atrocious, I don't think, or anything like that. It doesn't like talk to me or anything like that. I've never heard about any weapon that does that.
How much?
Yeah, that'd be
book
crazy.
progress do I have? Like, how many hours between when we got here? Because I need
I'll say you copied about 12 hours.
12 hours.
He passed popcorn.
I need like 56.
Go ahead and mark down 12.
Great.
So,
I'm gonna get 56 done in one day. Half day.
So let me get this
$2
straight.
per hour instead of like fucking 50. That's great.
So let me see if I've got this right here. You started from here, went all the way up north to find somebody that wasn't there, and got banned from every single place in this known world, and then went back down here, went over here to some pirates, and then did some shit, and then he turned out to knock the shit out of him again for like the, what was that, 6th or 7th time?
I almost had him.
I had the map out, and I'm
Right.
like, yeah, and I've used like prestidigitation to like make markings on the map.
Yeah,
Like, we went
it looks
here.
like someone threw like 3 pentagrams on top of each
Somebody
other.
just took silly string away.
It's like, we're not talking about this or this, we're talking about this!
And here's where we left the death staff, right here. Generally here, just general area.
I'm still hung up on that.
So this
That-
place, I
Yeah, me too.
circled the.
You found a staff with a god's skull on.
I circled the staff
A
area,
god's baby
like the
skull.
general
Yes,
area
I did
staff,
that.
and then I circled the town that we got fucked up in. I'm like, these are no-go zones.
Which 2 towns are those?
Like the one where we made the enemy, like the one like the
Matolo.
Commonwealth?
yeah, sorry, the one where we were in like the winery thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Matola. Wait, was it? No, it was.
Matolo was the.
Matolo was the person, wasn't it? Was the guy?
It was.
Oh, no,
Commonwealth.
You guys
Pretty sure
seen
it's
Emin?
You've never been to
Emin-
We haven't been to
Emin-
Commonwealth.
I think it was. I think it
Matolo
was.
was the winery.
I think it was
Left
Matolo.
or
It was
right?
Matolo. It was Matolo.
Oh.
You're telling me we can't go back to the good boy?
Correct.
Or right
Not unless we're ready to.
Zedis wants that
Unless,
dog.
do you, are you in this conversation?
I would
I'm
assume
not
Unless
Unless-
you're ready to fight a war, as he so put it. Yes.
And
Does
said
he
that-
live at the
Wait,
winery?
his tavern had
Isn't
dogs?
he in
These like big dogs?
Commonwealth
He said.
Yeah, it's like
he said
he-
that he was.
He was visiting
His
from out of
estate is in
town.
Commonwealth.
Oh,
He
his
was
estate.
told. He was told by that creepy.
By
That
that
creepy
sweaty
guy,
fuck.
the sweaty guy,
Mhm.
about
Yeah,
her.
About her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
That-
he's in
Yeah,
and
Commonwealth.
this
He's
estate is
like,
not
he's
in
from out of
Matolo.
town, so like,
Oh,
we can go back to the good boy.
still. Yeah, we can go back to the good boy. I'm not ready to go back to Commonwealth yet. No.
I really enjoy
haven't
that.
been
I was
to
just
Commonwealth.
like, there are just
I'm not
dogs in
okay,
this place.
sorry,
My
that's
own
okay.
thing.
That's
I'm
okay.
not ready to go to Commonwealth
It's
yet.
all good. It's all good.
Man.
And holy
We
shit!
danced
So
around.
What a
you,
left turn that would be for the DM.
yeah.
With the Commonwealth.
And so you made friends with some pirates, and then you came over here and you
nothing
wiped, and you
Commonwealth.
convinced this fucking Ignisar person to wipe person dragon thing to wipe
Yep.
Stockhold off the map,
Yep.
and now here you are.
And now here we are. Welcome to the team.
Well, seems like. I mean, you guys get
Don't
shit
fuck
done.
it up. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to fuck it up.
Where's Zaddy's? Scoot.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes, and other
I've
times
been
we
behind
start
you the whole
shit.
time.
I mean,
I'll-
yeah.
I guess I'll come out of my room.
I mean, yeah. I mean, sometimes I start shit.
It said
too.
bedside service delivered instead.
Get a wake up
He
call.
would.
I mean, I guess
It's me.
An extra one gold, but well worth
One
worth
gold?
not sitting at
Zaddy's,
the
where did you get the silk robe?
I
They don't
got it
have
from the hotel.
robes here.
I got
Comes out looking like
Sweet.
There's a guy next to me in his room. He comes out. He's like, "Where the hell is my robe?"
Yeah, weird.
What the fuck is okay? I'm just not gonna ask questions. So wait, did you? So it seems like though you kind of been doing stuff on this side of the world. You haven't gone over to Curses Imperium yet.
Not
But we
yet.
need to.
But we need to.
Need to.
We do.
I think our general
Yes.
plan at the moment
Cool.
is to go to the monastery and then
Very
check
cool.
on Flashpoint, and
Yeah.
then head over to that library to deal with that dragon.
Oh yeah, Link Cap, right.
That's our rough plan at the moment. Though
You
those
mentioned
things
that
may
at the
change.
start, but it seems like that got put on the back burner pretty fucking quick.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff does.
It seems like
We
it
got
got-
sidetracked.
It was really just trying to find. It was like
First we
because
needed
it
the
was
sword.
find the sword, then we found the sword, and then there's a whole bunch of shit between us and everything else.
Well, we got leads on where his brother was, so we figured we should follow up on those first.
Yeah, I got you.
It's like the dragon's probably not going anywhere. Dragons are notorious for not going places.
Hey, I'd love to kill a dragon, dude.
I mean, I
Me
feel
too,
a
my
little
guy.
more confident that we can do
I feel like the
something,
sword is also.
but
Yeah.
You feeling confident?
So it's like
about fighting a dragon?
Yeah.
I mean, more so than before we saved your brother.
Doesn't sound like you're still that confident though,
No, really.
which I mean completely understandable.
the worst thing that can happen is we all die.
That's pretty terrible, actually.
You know, that's a pretty drastic outcome right there. Look, you know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If it happens to me, then my mindset is it's suddenly not my problem anymore. But that's just me. That's not everybody else, right? So, look, like I said, I'm rolling with you guys. If that's what we're gonna do, that's fine. But it doesn't seem like we're all in consensus on that.
Well, we're gonna save this girl for sure.
Gotcha.
We've all agreed to do that. I just, I don't know. Find a dragon's pretty scary.
Fucking rad.
It's on-
Rad as
It's
shit.
on my list.
Yeah.
And I pull out my notebook where I've been writing things I am stronger than, things
Frost,
I am not stronger than.
Frost Giant Ghost is crossed off the list.
Ah,
Somehow the G in dragon is backwards.
Somehow he has
Yeah.
7 concussions.
yeah.
There's no question as to how.
In like a 4-week period.
There's no sum to the how. It's just.
It's been like a month, and he's
I'm
just
just thinking about
concussed.
Maybe they
Every other day.
For what it's worth, it is easier to get a concussion after you've gotten a
Absolutely.
concussion.
Oh yeah.
Do you think
None of them have healed.
your monsters
They
have, like,
they are
special
continuous at this
functions
point.
to help you?
Same concussion.
So
It's
I,
just
I don't know.
the
I mean,
same
they taught me
concussion
all the things
re-concussing
that I
itself.
know, But I didn't learn all of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, dog.
I,
I'm sure there are people that are better at it.
Yeah,
than I
no.
am.
Yeah.
Well,
I gotta fix the
I
bandage
just
I
have
on
my
my arm because I
hands
realized I
on
fucked
them,
it
they
up.
think really, really hard, and then they get healed.
Also, how the fuck did you cover so much ground so quick? Did I ask that already? I forgot. Lots happened in the last
So-
24 hours.
Hear me out.
You did become a cloud and then not a cloud.
I did.
Oh yeah,
I
you did.
do
That's
that.
right.
But that didn't explain anything.
It's like, wait, so you could just become clouds?
I don't think he can because he said, "Are you cool? Are you cool with being a cloud?" And he goes, "What?" And he goes, "Cloud." Over the course of a minute, and then became Farmer Dan again over the course of a minute, and didn't explain a fucking thing.
Nope.
That's all that happened.
that is exactly all that
Oh,
happened.
you remember when he turned into a cloud in front of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can move like that really fast.
Just like, just
Become yes, just cloud, then we zoom.
fucking what?
It's
I
really
know.
weird. At
Man,
first,
I
but
really,
used to
I
it.
really want to interrupt this conversation just all cloud now, but it's not the most effective.
Yeah.
We also still have to pick up the other 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the
Not
account.
the most effective.
Also, I
It's-
think
I'm pretty sure I burned a port on something dumb last week, but I can't remember
muffin.
what.
a muffin.
I burned a port on
Yeah.
something.
You didn't know you dropped
Just
nothing.
you're like, are you having the verbal?
No,
chorus?
it, well, in that we'd immediately have to change back.
Yeah.
That's-
Also, I think I asked
I
this, but
understand. I think
I
that's the
forget
right
if I
choice,
did, so
but-
I'm gonna have Diarmid ask again. He's gonna pull out one of the sigils. You didn't see this on anyone, did you?
Which sigil is
The Orintheus one. You saw? I
Yeah,
think
so
they,
I did say
they
that
saw it.
symbol was on the door that contained Ignisar.
So I guess I'll ask it again.
Yeah.
Did anyone carry this that
No.
you've run into?
It was on the door.
Yes, you
It
mentioned.
was on the wall. Wasn't it the big thing on the wall? Like the big.
that.
Yeah. It was on the wall too, but it wasn't on anybody. We didn't see people carrying it, did we?
I don't think we would.
Would I recall that?
Okay. I see. I'm sure it'll turn up eventually, and I'll put it away.
So are those bad people? Like if we see them carrying it, should we? Beat
Oh,
them
yeah.
up? That's
If they're not dead, they need to be.
but took's on board. Those bad people.
Added to the list.
Circle symbols.
Why are they
Okay,
bad?
with
Circle
the bag
symbol
walks
is
by.
just in TBD
I asked a
category.
couple more questions than Batuk does. Why are they bad before I nuke them?
They follow that cosmic dragon, Eurinthius, that Bitsuk mentioned.
Oh, a bunch of heretics.
Yeah, so,
Burn.
so they need to be removed from this world promptly.
Oh.
So,
I'm all for burning
and
the
I've been working on that, and I'll just set the stack of sigils on the table.
Oh my god.
It's not open. Like, I don't, like, spill them
But
on.
we hear there's a lot of sigils in there, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to hear another fucking word about me. About me. I point to the bag of sigils.
What?
It's just a
But-
bag. It's
about
insinuating
your
that he
bread?
murdered people.
Listen.
Oh,
No, like there's like 45 sigils in there. I don't want to hear another
There's like
word
Wait,
about me.
wait, Atosh.
Hey, I have
You-
not.
hey,
I've
Tosh, you
not
say
given
45?
about that this whole
I know, but I
time.
feel the
Jay.
vibe.
So
Right.
Atosh says 45, and Dierma just does this.
Oh my god.
I think I just put my 100th in there, so.
He's worse than you.
I never said I was a good person.
I don't know that. Well, what I do know.
Hey, I never claimed to be a good person, alright?
But no, yeah, he is worse.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I'll put the bag back. Just yeah. So if we run into any of those guys, I would very much like to, remove their living privileges.
Just say the word. I'll steal from
That's your line.
So, these guys, the followers of the Cosmic Dragon. In theory, they're also followers of Talek, who's trying to release the Cosmic Dragon.
So fuck him too.
So, do you know anything about him?
About him, no. Or do I?
Yeah, so
I was gonna say.
he is a very prominent figure in that religion or cult or
Yeah.
whatever you would like to call it.
Is-
Those
is-
followers. So you would know who Talek is and what he's about. He's the guy that is supposed to have been punted into the
Yeah.
Brad's
So,
vault.
but I know
And that's what
Jen-
you know of him, though. Is that he was punted into Brad's vault.
Yeah. Which is not really any more or less than anybody else at the table.
No, they know he's alive.
Well, they know he's alive.
Or at least Farmer Dan's uncle had told him he's alive. And the sword is screaming at him.
The sword's like, find Talek, kill Talek, kill Talek.
I mean, all I know is that these guys like
Just
Crawford
be a
or
radar,
whatever,
my
and
guy.
then he got punted into this. I don't fucking know. I don't care. Fuck him. He's dead.
He's not dead.
Say again.
He's not dead.
Well, I would like to fix that promptly.
Me too.
Let's just see we're on the same page on this one.
More than you know.
Yeah.
More than you know.
And you found one of his books. And he's wait a minute. Did I I would know about hey, he was writing shit, right?
Mhm.
Would I know like a number or like he was in the middle of that or?
I don't think so.
No.
Because most people, when they talk about Talek, dude's dead, didn't finish his work, it's all good. So, people stop telling the story upon his death.
Right.
He wasn't done, that's the important part.
Okay. So wait. You have one of those books. How many are there now?
I did not mention that I had the book.
Yeah, you did.
You definitely did.
Oh,
You said no detail on.
we have the book.
You also showed him the book that Felix was fuming at you for
Yeah.
yesterday. And so was Farmer Dan.
So wait.
So,
Are there
hold on,
are
we're
there
talking
more
about
of these
now?
fucking things than there already were?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, from what we know, I'm trying to remember out of game. Is this the fourth or the fifth one?
I'm looking back at
It was the fourth.
initial session.
I thought it was the fourth.
Yeah, the initial session where you found the book, I said it was the fourth. Later, it came back up again, and I said it was the second. It should have been the fourth, and will continue to be the fourth.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is
It's-
number 4. I don't know if there's I don't know where 1 through 3 are. And then I think there's also a number 5.
Well, they're
that's-
probably going to be coming for that
Problems?
if they've heard that it's somewhere in this. Somewhere.
Nobody's come to see us yet.
I mean, there is someone who knows we probably have the book.
It's some.
Yeah, there's.
And if anybody ever comes up and is like, "Give us the book," I'm just gonna point to some random person who's like, "He's got it."
I mean, let's be honest. If someone comes at us for the book, it's gonna be Holt.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
But your
this
bros
time we'll
won't.
win.
What?
You're bros with Hulk, though.
Yeah, it's like
It doesn't sound like you're bros with him though.
if there's
That's
anybody who
based
I
on
actually, if there's anybody else who I trusted with the book, it'd probably be Hulk.
The one
Yeah.
person you trusted fucking just used you like okay, all right.
What do you mean?
From what I might be getting the details wrong, but it sounds like he's kind of a piece of shit.
That's not relevant.
It's most definitely relevant.
Are you a piece of shit?
To some, I'm sure.
Then it's not relevant.
That does not make any sense. That's not correlated.
Checkmate.
He's just like that.
I'm catching on to this.
Felix is like, I've seen this battle before.
Right. You know,
Okay.
don't stoop to their
Felix is
level.
like,
Got
This
it.
is not you,
He
this is
didn't
not
do. So he didn't
No,
do
I'm not-
everything good,
When they go low,
but
talk about chess.
Yeah.
but
Talking with Farmer Dan is like
He's
playing
still a
chess
good
with
guy.
a pigeon.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I'm
matter if
sure
he's winning
he
or
is
losing.
to
He's
some
gonna
people,
stumble
but, like,
over
he
the
did
pieces
kinda
of
fuck.
shit on the board and say he won.
well,
Eventually
we
they,
made
like,
a deal.
wooden
We're
move.
gonna.
He's gonna fart.
And then he altered the deal.
That is
No, he-
that dude is
uh,
100% Farmer Dan.
Felix actually is the one who really altered the deal.
You know what?
That doesn't sound like it.
Hoga's a great guy, and I'm
I
ending
think
this conversation
It
with
sounds
a
like
fart.
Felix was the one that was like, "Hey, there's something fucky going on here," and was like, "Okay, yeah, well, I'm drawing the line here. I ain't doing
He
this."
said he was going to get us a boat. He didn't
And
say
we all
where
just
he
have
was
to
going to
sit
get the
there.
boat from.
That's canon in my mind.
That's 100%. That is happening.
And then Felix was angry where he got the boat.
Well, I
Does
mean,
he wanna come
I mean, if someone stole,
Oh,
if someone stole
Did
my
it heal?
boat, if
I
I
thought it was
had one, I
healing
would be
itself.
pretty pissed off and want to find them.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that maybe he just didn't want the same thing to happen to you guys. Know what I mean? I don't know.
I'm not even in this conversation. I don't even know.
You know, nothing's happened
Talking
as
to
of
you.
yet. It sounds like so. Maybe that's just water under the bridge. I don't fucking know.
I don't pay attention.
Yeah, I have a feeling Holt will be back for the book.
Oh, lovely.
He was pretty desperate for it.
Yeah, we just fucking lied to his face.
You guys actually
He
didn't lie.
cracks up. He's just like, oh my god, we just totally lied.
You
to
didn't
him.
lie to Holt. You lied to. You lied to.
The
Okay.
potato.
To Oko.
Yeah.
We lied to people about it.
Oh, I would have lied to Hulk about it. I said, yeah, we got the book.
Lovely.
I don't think we
Y'all lied to Oak about a lot of
Yeah,
shit.
just
we
hide
took.
Very impressive.
All right.
Yeah, we strayed
Are
way
where
too
are we?
far.
Where is this church?
It's in here.
Monk thing?
It's in Tanglewood.
Yeah.
So let's pick up the 2 other people.
Sorry,
I thought you knew where all the churches
You
were.
said a couple
I
other
never said that.
questions, plural. I didn't know if you had any.
Nope.
Not my church.
I finished my bacon and eggs.
I want to know where his church is.
Or my hash.
I want to see your church someday.
No, you're not allowed.
Oh no! What god? To?
Curse sword.
What god is it to?
Prove it.
All right, let's go there.
Ignores question.
Oh wait, shit, we can't go. See, curse sword.
We don't allow people with swords.
You
Yeah.
know, that's a great question, and I've asked that before. He's never answered it.
To what?
So what god he served? God the temple was to, or church was to?
It's a little one.
Which one is that?
You haven't heard of it.
What's that?
He goes to another school.
She goes to another school.
She's from Canada.
Look,
You haven't heard of one of the 9 gods. Don't worry about
right, so,
it.
right. So this one's a liar. This
There's
one
actually 10.
is very headstrong.
The 10th one. That
My
you
head
hear
is
about
very
because
strong.
they're in-
That as well, I'm sure. This head is not as strong, but he seems to still be standing.
Yeah.
And you have really long fucking arms. Did you know that?
I'm gonna
How,
fetch
the
you
fu-
two people
how?
are taking.
How does that work? Does it just like did you have like
It's
rubber in there?
it's
What?
You know the thing where you take your big stick and you poke it?
Yeah.
I do the same thing, but with a small stick.
Yeah, but like how? Like does your arm like just,
You extend your scythe, and he extends his arm, and they're equidistant. And you're like,
how the fuck? Like, what?
We don't know.
I'm
Stretch.
not your side, sorry. You know.
I've
It's
said that
blade,
to so
yeah.
many barmaids before.
Fucking.
So
yeah.
does your arms just like dangle down to your knees?
Pretty much, yeah.
I've said that
Knuckle
too.
cracker.
Do your arms hang low? Do they wobble to the flow?
Atosh returns with the I can't remember if Sigil. No, Sigil wanted to. No, Sigil wanted to come with you.
Yeah, Sigil wanted to.
So the
It
three.
was
Sigil was tired
the
of it.
girl.
And the
The
girl,
elf.
yeah.
Valerius.
Yeah, she said she
No,
was
Arya.
from Cyros, so she was gonna stay here. And then
That she-
figure
oh,
out
yeah,
where
Valerius
he's
is
going
coming.
from
Yep. Okay.
Fix the bandages again and just.
there. Oh, before we leave, I want to buy. I want to refresh my healer's kit.
Okay.
Buy
You
supplies.
can. How many uses did you use?
I had 2 uses left.
Oh, 2 left.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say you used it twice, Mike.
So it'll cost
No.
30.
That was more than
Oh
that.
no, 2 uses left.
Yeah,
Um.
I was pretty much out. I mean,
Wait.
I just buy.
What's a fifth of? Never mind.
I just buy a full new one.
You need 4 gold. I was about to do some stupid math and it was very easy.
What's a fifth of 5?
I think it was what's a fifth of 20.
Okay.
If you're buying a whole new one, it's 5 gold.
I'll just buy a whole new one because
Fine.
I already did the math for that.
And I stopped because I didn't know how to spell the word of. Like for like a split second. I was like, how do I spell
Look, sometimes
UV?
I know.
Oh, that's
I
not
went
right.
OV. I'm like, that doesn't look right.
you're not supposed to do math on stream. You guys have to do it often. I could just roll the dice and pretend.
Yeah.
There's a 37 hit. Oh,
Whoa, that's a
number's too
46!
high.
Whoa! So,
Wow.
That can't be. He was blessed by a god. Shut up. Take it.
Atosh returns with the party that you're going to leave with. Smoke apparates. You, for the first time ever, are not a person. You're instead a cloud. You weren't a cloud, and then you were.
We did this in the barkeep, like where we ate breakfast.
As
You
The
see-
bartender's like, what the fuck?
See the cloud that Dearman is kind of like do some flips and stuff. And
I'm gonna drop like 3 more gold on the bar.
You're a cloud.
Ding ding ding. As I'm evaporating.
that's
It's
It's
instantaneous.
instant.
I thought it was as over a minute.
Well,
Nope.
it's supposed to take a minute to cast, but this makes you cast as a bonus action.
Oh my god.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Broken things is broken, yo.
Never mind. Pay the
How do you
bartender
do-
later.
So you skip out on your tabs and head out of town.
Yes, we do. The Zadius way.
No, Felix
No,
would not
Felix
have.
wouldn't.
I mean, there's
No, I was like, yeah,
there's no shot.
I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll go pay. And I don't ever.
And you guys make your way to the northeast. You guys head out of Cyroth and up to Tingleweb. You fly over Swaywood briefly and find your way to the Floating Leaves Monastery. The building itself is very large but very plain. It's made out of trunks of trees that have been destroyed a very long time ago, and the roof is made up of support beams that is covered with like mud packed flat slanted wooden roof. There's a communal kitchen, a dining room, and a pair of long wooden tables that can fit probably like 50-60 people. There's large pots that sit on fire pits, and there are large clay molded ovens outside for baking bread. Also outside, there's a series of training dummies, some that when struck, they spin and like you have to duck and move in order to not get struck back. And some resemble really well-crafted scarecrows. There are 2 people using some of the dummies, and they're moving in ways that look trained and rehearsed, more like when Batuk has done his yoga poses that you've never seen him once do in battle. There's also sand and rock gardens on the other side of the this large like shack-looking thing. There's a kobold that's standing in front of a formation of 4 people that's leading like Tai Chi-like movements that you have seen Batuk do. And there's flowing water that you can hear once you're not a cloud at the rear of the monastery. that you find like a Rube Goldberg like series of like wooden tubes and cups and things like spinning and dropping water back in, and there is like pinwheels and bowls and other carved containers that uses water from a nearby creek. And within the temple, there are, or the monastery, there are a couple depictions of Mamunya in the monastery. Some with Takdir and some not. And you guys have made it to the Flowing Leaves Monastery.
I'm just looking at
Turn
you.
back into not a cloud, like in front of the front door, and I just knock on the front door. I'm back. I brought some friends.
A woman opens the door. You do know this woman. It's Seraphi, the elven woman. Is the leader of the church aspect of the monastery. Older in her elven years, which is saying a lot. And she carries a staff that depicts the story of Takdir and Mumunyet's life together, the mortal life. And she goes, Batuk! It's good to see you!
It's been a while.
Where are your friends?
I motion to the
React.
clouds. You know, they're coming. Come on, guys.
Slowly, figures start to form once more. And she looks at you and says, You've been eating so much, you're so strong now, look at you!
Well, you know, you got to keep up with everything when you're on the road. You can't just stop training.
I'm surprised you gained anything without Master Tallbeam's cooking. Come. And she waves at everybody inside, and you see, presumably Master Tallbeam, there is a very, very large hat atop this man who is over one of the large stew-like cauldrons, is the easiest way to say it, of what smells like a medley of potatoes and vegetables mostly, but well seasoned. And she says, "What can I do for you? Are you here for me? You here for Ellerin? You here for
Well, I would like to see everybody, but I do
Brenbeck?
have some things that I need to talk to Ellerin about. They don't necessarily have to be right now, but at some point. Oh, for Master Tallbeam, I pull out the big ass cauldron that we found, like in session 2 or 3.
This thing is moldy as shit.
I've been carrying it around this entire time and just leaving it at whatever inn we stayed at, going back to get it. I found this. It might be good for a stew once it gets
She
cleaned
like-
out.
Yeah, we can make use of it, I'm sure.
How the fuck? Why didn't you find that?
Tosh, magic Windex is it?
That was at the very.
He could have
very
Windexed
early
it
on.
at any point, but it's just now.
Because
Well,
it
yeah,
was in the
he's
bag.
cleaned it like 6 times already, and then he's realizing what's happening. Well, come in. I'm sure you're hungry. It's morning. Did you guys get your breakfast?
We did.
We did. but-
Oh, well, you're still surely hungry from traveling all this way.
We actually just ate like 20 minutes ago. It really doesn't take us that long to get here.
Where'd you come from? Syra.
Cyroth, and
Yeah.
then the day before we were in Kima.
She's like mapping out the logistics of that.
For what it's worth, ma'am, this is kind of mental to me as well.
Oh yeah, we found this thing that lets us like turn into clouds and fly really, really fast, and then we get places really quick.
Cool. That is.
Well,
What?
Ellerin will return shortly. He's
Finally, an explanation.
Yeah.
he's in Tangleweb sorting out a matter. There was an overgrowth once again, and it just needs to be taken care of. So he'll be back shortly.
Yes. So we went up north and met some dragons, and then we came back down and met some pirates. And we found some cool stuff in the bottom of the ocean. And I'm giving like the 2 Cliff Notes version of our adventures, and just like glossing over.
Yeah, so there's a lot missing.
Glossing over the details of like we met some dragons is the extent of what I talk about in the north.
Yeah.
Maybe just hit on one like completely irrelevant detail.
So when we were going down the mines, I found this rock, right? No, I'm not stupid, but I like rocks.
Also, you said there was like depictions of like Mumunya with.
Most of them are just her. Some are her with him.
So like, Jeremy's kind of looking at those like not like with a look at this. Like, he kind of feels like he. It's like I brought a sniper rifle to JFK's casket or something like that. Because he's just.
Damn,
what?
bro. What the?
No,
What the
you-
shit?
I fucked up, but you get what I'm saying, right? With the,
Yes.
I'm just like, oh shit. Okay. Yeah, this is awkward. Thinking.
Good pull. They're killing him.
I fucked up, but is it not a decent
It
analogy?
is, I understand.
Okay. I don't know why that was the first thing I thought of.
He killed him.
That is
That's
certainly
fucking
one of the analogies of all time.
One of the analogies.
It's certainly an analogy of all
Well,
time.
how have you been? What's been going on around here? Is everybody doing good?
There's Brendek is coming up, and he's been training people. He's outside now training people, and he's doing great. Well, people keep coming to bother Ellerin and asking him to go, and he keeps saying no. People that I don't recognize, and they leave swiftly. So I'm not sure what that is.
Kind of people, if I may ask.
I'm just now making the connection about the conversation from before,
Mm-hmm.
and I go, "Oh, yeah, that might be our fault."
Kind
Sorry,
of
what?
people. I mean, it's some dwarven, some elven, some dragonborn. Just assorted people.
Okay.
No one in particular, and they ask, and he firmly tells them no several times before they leave. He doesn't seem too bothered by it. Usually people come, when they come for Ellerin, they're asking for the same thing. I know you've written, and we were expecting you and yours, but I don't know if there was a letter already in the mail. You guys got here very swiftly.
Yeah,
So-
I sent that a couple days ago when we were still in Kima. I didn't know how fast we were actually going to get here.
Realistically, you probably beat your letter.
Yeah.
But we had to stop. We had to
Our
wait a
advance
day
network is good.
in Kima, and then we had to wait a day in Cyrock.
Yeah.
But we still went really fast.
Yeah.
And we found these 2 people that were, or these 3 people that were held captive in a mine and forced to like mine this crystal stuff that drained all of their magic powers. And they don't really have anywhere to go, so I was hoping that maybe they could come and stay here.
Of course, everyone's welcome. I mean, we're never short on cleaning things, and if that's not their thing, then I suppose they can just enjoy. You feel a chomp on your like calf just below the knee. It's familiar to you, and it doesn't bother you at all. You turn around, and Brendek is just.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
And you turn and you see the kobold that was previously doing the Tai Chi, leading the Tai Chi movements, just gnawing on his leg. And he looks up at you and he goes, "I'm doing great! Welcome back, big brother!"
You ready to show me your moves? And I
Yeah.
start throwing like big air punches.
He goes, "Back!" And he hits you square in the nuts. He goes,
I go, "Oh, I'm not used to being hit there."
Usually it's on the head.
Yeah.
Not that head. Crumples over.
"I win!"
I pull out my little book and I move Brendek to the other side.
Thinks I'm not strong. Awesome.
I've been training. I didn't. The stun didn't work. Still working on that. It almost
Yeah.
worked. It looked like.
That one's tough.
Move way too. I mean, I hit you and you were supposed to just stop. I've seen you do it.
Yeah, that one's tough to do, but when you get it right, they just stop. And then you do it again,
For 6
and they
seconds.
stay stopped.
Brendex looks to you all and he says, "So what's your deal? What are you?"
So I originally went to go like escort this group of people, and then we got attacked when we got to this town, and all these people were there, except for him. He wasn't there.
Hi.
He joined us later. But all these people were also there, and then like a big dragon flew in and attacked everybody, and then we all just kind
Dragons
of
are awesome.
decided to like go rescue the princess that the dragon kidnapped.
There's a
and stuff.
visible glare from Pomerania.
And then
Dragons are awesome. They're like big kobold. They're like kobold but big. If I were a dragon, I wouldn't have to punch so low below the belt. I can punch wherever I wanted to because I'd be big.
well, there are good dragons and there are bad dragons. That's what.
I mean, all
We'll
dragons
find
are
out.
good, right? They're good.
No.
There's a lot of bad dragons doing bad things.
No, the dragons are good to their servants.
No.
No. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Kobolds know this. Maybe it's a human thing. Maybe they don't like humans. But I've been around plenty of dragons. I haven't, but I've heard stories about people who have been around plenty of dragons where I came from, and they're always cool.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they told me about this
No.
black dragon who, instead of taking the treasure and keeping it in a pile, we get to like move it around. Put our hands on it. Put it over there.
Why not just take it?
What do you mean? We
It's a
did.
kobold.
I know.
It's a goal.
You take it and put it over there, but like
Yeah,
you can
but
take it
the
and then
dragon
put it.
said, "Move my treasure for me," and the kobolds were.
But like, what if you like moved it?
Yeah, he asked us to move it. They would move it.
Why not,
We like to move it.
Why not move it into like your bag or
I
something?
know. I was like,
I was trying to get there.
What?
Are you karaoke?
No, I'm
How
cold.
many times have you knocked this guy unconscious?
He's never knocked me unconscious.
That you know.
No, he hasn't. He takes it easy on me because I'm just a wee guy.
He's a very wee lad.
See, in training, you usually don't train until you're unconscious. You usually stop like way before that.
No one here has ever gone unconscious.
Nobody told me that. Wait,
Out there, when you're done training and you're like fighting for real, they don't stop until you're unconscious, and
And
then
then you
sometimes they still don't stop and they keep going.
most of the time when you go down, you don't get up.
Not but two.
He gets knocked down. He gets up again.
I said that's why I said most of the time. All right.
Never
Never gonna
down.
down. He's got to move it.
I'm just saying, when the people that I knew were talking about Veldane, he was a swell dragon. He's the black dragon from Lowlands. Great guy.
They were wrong.
No. Kobolds.
No, I don't.
We make things, we make choices, we make friends.
Little. I
They
don't.
were wrong.
This is not. these
No,
are-
no, no.
Is he like are you
They
threatening him? It sounds like
were
you're threatening
wrong.
him.
Hey, no. Hey.
Calm
hey.
down, buddy.
So
Calm down.
I would
Hey.
normally
Just pat him on
allow,
the
if you
shoulder.
would
Calm
like,
down,
I would
buddy.
normally allow the intimidation check. I don't think he has the mental capacity in this instance to be intimidated because he's like, you're
Okay,
telling.
well, this is like me. I get down on his level. They were wrong. Then I like pat him on the shoulder real hard and get up.
I don't know.
Hey,
What was the name of the dragon he talked about?
Veldane.
Side quest.
This is now the second time you've heard that name. Veldane and Antrex were supposed to have joined forces. And now you have heard where Veldane at least was. Whether or not he's still there was the Lowlands. and Brendek continues on. Now he's on a stint talking about just literally moving treasures for dragons and the stories that they were told about what treasures could be seen and taken places, and like it was an honor to be able to just handle the things. So it was nice to pick it up and move it, where normally dragons don't want it moved, they want it brought and then left.
How big was Veldane's treasure that you got to move?
I didn't.
Your friends.
Everything's kind of like big to us.
Well, like, was it big or was it big?
So, when they talk about the treasure, they always make it seem like it's bigger than it is. So I'm not sure whether it's huge, or like the pile is huge, or like, but like
I've done that.
3 or 4 kobolds had to carry a bathtub once.
Why a bathtub?
It was golden.
Who the fuck makes bathtubs out of gold?
Don't.
Who needs 4 people to carry a bathtub?
Kobolds are little, and it was made of gold.
That's heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Can't be that heavy.
Well, we started to pick it up, or they started to pick it up, and then they made a device that moved it instead.
Is it like one of those discs that I see like some of those like
No,
Tony
no,
had?
it was a log, and what they did is they put 2 legs on the log, and they'd roll it over the log, and they put the log back over, and then they roll it on the log, and it took. So
I could pick one.
Well, why don't you go help them? Sounds like they need it.
I think we all should go.
So
I mean,
you
I
wander
wouldn't mind
around,
picking up
you
a
follow
gold
your
tub.
nose to freshly baked bread.
Yes!
Outside.
not moving it for him.
Outside. Hell yeah.
Well, I'm moving it for him.
And
But I don't
as
think he'll need
you
it after that.
begin to open the hatch of one of the ovens, a very large ogre of a man
Nice.
is an orc, but not an ogre, but very, very large, hits you with a wooden ladle and goes, "That one's not done."
Sorry.
And you see the even taller hat, and you're like, wasn't that guy just mixing stew like 4 seconds ago? And he goes, "Done, bread's there." And he grunts and he points at this
Thank you.
other wood that is like not as hot of a furnace or whatever outside,
But he can
and it's
magic
just keeping it
windows.
warm.
I take a loaf of bread.
It is one of those that like gives the very satisfying like, and then is doughy on the inside. And it's
Hell
just
yeah.
like the perfect shit. And on the top of the like right on the top of the kiln, it says "Tall Beams Best."
Nice.
And if there's anything that anyone would like to do
They have
in the monastery,
Do they have a library?
they don't have a library in this place, no. They have woods, statues, places to. You can find many a place to meditate and clear your head. But in terms of like higher reading, it's not here.
Damn.
That shouldn't surprise you.
I'm just asking. Just asking.
Yeah, that's not something they would have here for sure. There's the little bits of writing that you would find is on places where you can meditate, and it's a way to guide people on what they can maybe think about or do at these
Okay.
places, whether it be to guard the stones or move sand or whatever. And you're just like, this is stupid.
This is dumb. Oh, it's pretty.
After what seems like a little bit too long, but it's still towards the middle of the day, Ellerin returns. And the first person to know that Ellerin's here, that isn't Brendek, who looks very excited, is Farmer Dan, who looks very agitated.
Yes.
I knew this long ago. But Farmer Dan,
Yes.
it's the scene in Scott Pilgrim where it's like, doesn't get it, gets it. Ding!
And you see a male elven man, probably about 500 to 600 years old.
Around there.
Well, elves are 500 to 600
Yeah.
is like 30. I don't know how old that actually.
Dragons, that's basically nothing.
Yeah.
What was his name
We don't
again?
know.
Ellerin.
Ellerin.
You do.
Uh,
I need to go eat a whole raw potato. That'll cool you down.
You grab a raw potato and put it in your mouth, and you feel on the hand that you just put the potato in your mouth. You feel that same wooden ladle. It's not done yet.
That's the point.
Couldn't get poisoned by eating the raw
And like she's just eating the raw potato. And the guy's just like
eat a whole raw potato.
he walks away. And the second time around, you were able to clock this guy's speed as he sprints forward with ladle in hand, smacks your hand. And
football coach in high
it
school
was
because he's
just
on-
a blistering sting from that man.
Why?
I don't fucking know. It worked.
And Ellerin sees you and goes,
State champ.
Batuk! And you see Brendek land on what would be his lap, scrape down, and then bite his ankle. And he is bringing him in like a toddler, but like, isn't holding on, is just biting and just holding and getting dragged behind. And Ellerin's like, Batuk, it's so good to see you. I did write back. I don't think it got there.
We traveled a little faster than I thought, so I sent the letter and then we're just here.
You might get a letter in some time, and it's gonna be outdated. Well, come on in. We're gonna go to my office because your letter was vague, and I don't know why. So
I'm going to grab Atash's arm and like kind of hold him back as
Me?
everybody walks in.
What?
Yeah.
Why? I'm like, no, but I want to just.
Okay. We can't give him the buck.
I'm gonna put a message in your mind. I wasn't planning on leaving the book here anyway.
Rad.
I'm gonna walk in the office.
We can't give him the buck.
Why not? Ding.
Because he's a fucking dragon.
Ding. Ding. We talked to other dragons about the book, and they were like, neat.
But we didn't give the dragons the book. Ding.
You're right. I don't even say that. I just go.
So we're gonna say, well, the letter was vague because like I didn't want anybody to like read it and know what we're gonna talk about.
Can he just converse with me? Can he get like a +2 to his intelligence?
no.
I'm so smart that my intelligence rubs off on other people.
Just like a temp +2.
No.
Because he convinced me. He's like, we can't leave him the book.
That's his charisma.
Yeah,
That
it's like
has nothing to do with
It's like that's 18 charisma
No,
talking, baby.
he
That's
put
not
thoughts
intelligence.
together, though. He put thoughts together.
He put the sword is screaming at him to kill this man.
What, like... Do I know that you know how you know it's a dragon?
Because I have dragon sensing powers.
Yeah, the magic
When it
hand.
came up before, there is a magic finger that can point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Boy. Being taken for a trip.
So you guys are brought inside to the office, and the only person that isn't your party is Brendek, who has not let go of the ankle yet.
So Brendek, this may surprise you as you're going to learn some things about dragons that you may or may not like. But
This is like a pot kettle situation.
you're welcome to stay here and listen. And I'll go through like the entire story of what we did up north.
Yeah,
How
beginning
we
to
found
end.
the book, like how we released
beginning,
the
middle, and
big
end.
ancient dragon, how we know about Arinthius.
Basically just mansplaining the dragon war to a dragon.
Yes.
Um,
More so to say, this is what I know. I've probably figured out by now. I figured out by now that he's a dragon because of the conversation there. The other dragon said Ellerin won't join the war, and then the other person saying all these people keep coming and ask Ellerin to leave. He says no, so I'm like, must be a dragon. But I'm assuming that he knows a lot more about this than I do.
And can't attack.
But I need to tell him everything that we know, so that he knows what I know and can tell me things.
He says to you that Zyconus had Jess came and told him Ignisar had returned. I'm unsure what you're looking of me for, is I guess what I would ask. With Ignisar's return, there should be a quelled war. There has already been damage done.
Oh, cool. We did it, team.
But presumably the war should stop, but that's if people are willing to listen to Zyconus.
Wait, you mean if other dragons are willing to listen to Zyconus?
Correct.
Okay.
They might not believe Ignisar's return. And frankly, it's even less likely that they believe that Veruline is back. But I don't know why Zyconus would tell me that prior. And now, with Batuk telling me, I know it to be true. Because why? I mean, how could he make up a dragon that I knew long ago? So, my fear is that there will be retaliation for what had taken place in Antidrag, which is in the Curses Imperium, and it's the place that you were notified that has been raised. And I do know that Zyconus was telling me as well that they were planning to retaliate on Commonwealth, and I'm not sure why.
Do you know any dragons in Commonwealth?
No.
Oh, there's not much left. Damn.
So, sorry, out of game. You only told the dragon thing to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're the one with the book.
And Zyconus is the
Zyconus was the
lightning
blue
dragon.
dragon. Veldane and Antrax are not going to be happy that their territory was encroached upon in this way. And this happened before Shauna gave word. So I do fear that there will be retaliation. I do fear that they won't believe Veruline has returned. And I don't know that the wrath is directed because we don't know how it happened or who did it. But it was Dragon's Fire, so I'm not sure.
So nobody knows how the town got destroyed?
No.
Interesting.
Go ask who.
There's no one left?
No, no, it was entirely razed. I mean, maybe there's some displaced people, but this was weeks and weeks ago. This was before Shauna gave the word that there was going to be siege. So this wasn't dragons fighting.
This was just crime.
Crime from a dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon crap.
Dragon crap. Worst kind.
Man, dragons doing bad things. Crazy.
You just hate all dragons, though.
No.
Yes. Yeah. Sounds like it.
So there was this one dragon
dragon.
that stole a princess and like flew eastward to his library.
Yes, I heard.
What was his name?
Dragonborn.
Gizo.
Mergizo. Yes.
I only ever remember its picture.
We're looking for
Yeah.
Mergizo.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he a good dragon or a bad dragon? Is he on
I
Ignis'
wouldn't call
side?
him either. He's a very smart young dragon.
He's not very smart? Or
No, he's a very smart young dragon.
Got it.
From where he's from in Cursus Imperium, I do know that he keeps the tomes there. So
I mean,
all of the knowledge that is in the library is also within him. So It's easy to be misguided by the placement of scripture in a library that he will trust and keep no matter what. I'd hesitate to call him bad or evil. I think he's misled.
He stole a princess. I'm trying to get it back.
Who's the princess?
Stole a Viscount. Alvaro from.
Oh, that's not a
West
princess.
I corrected him. I said it was a Viscount.
Oh,
Viscount's daughter. Wasn't even
Viscount's
that?
daughter.
fuck it. I'm just checking in tonight, I guess. I'm sorry.
Functionally a princess.
I mean, he stole
For what it's
one
worth, I think that
person.
was unintentional.
Want to expand on that one?
But for real.
I don't
This
see.
part's real fucking
What do you
dumb.
mean unintentional?
I have heard about.
Carried a Viscount's daughter from point A to point B. Unintentional.
So I had heard about the carriage attack through the grapevine, as it were. I'm not very far from Rowan Basin, and I would posit it wasn't. They weren't after Alvarel. They were likely after one of the other. Maybe the Duke. Maybe the Marquis. Someone of more import than her.
So,
And
because he
I
didn't
also know that there
steal
was-
someone more important, he's not as evil.
again, I would hesitate to call somebody who's just ill-informed and the closest thing to brainwashed you could be evil.
I wouldn't.
It's more likely that they were attempting to take Mr. DuPont than a random girl. I also know that there was a wealth of treasure in the carriage
Yeah,
that they could have also been sought after, but that seems like a very unlikely goal.
He didn't even take the one full of treasure.
it was on fire. Right.
I remember.
Yep.
Told you so much.
So I guess our main goal is we want to stop the cosmic dragon from coming back, because I feel like that's a bad thing for everybody.
Yeah, did a very bad thing for everyone.
Yeah.
Arinthius.
It can't happen. Talek is. What do you mean no?
Taylor's not dead.
No, he's dead. He is at the bottom of Pride's Fall.
Did you see him there?
I was there when he was kicked.
Did you see him at the bottom?
Wait,
It's a long drop to the bottom.
Did you see him at the bottom?
Huh.
I get the thought that you were one of those people that is untrusting of people like me, beings like me.
You're not wrong.
And what I witnessed firsthand is a man, a mere mortal man, who was kicked. And I heard his scream on the way down.
In my head, how is he there?
You heard the scream, but did you hear the thud?
Well, if they were trying to stop all this
Mhm.
nonsense.
But did you
they
hear the
couldn't
thud?
delete all the gateway Talek.
I think you're missing the point that it was so far down there was no thud.
We do.
It was a very long drop. If you believe him to be alive, I suppose it is what it is. I have no reason to believe that he would be. The writing has stopped.
Being really weird. How do you know he's alive again?
Yeah, how do you know?
The sword screams into your mind as it has been. Kill the man, kill Talek.
So
How do I know? How do I know?
how do I talk?
Kill them! All right.
So I am not the first adventurer of my family.
Uh-huh.
My uncle has ventured across many places. He knows Talek is alive. He's found
Not to
many-
be
have many forms of proof. He has.
Keep going.
Yeah.
You're doing great, man.
Well, not to. I mean, there's no way to say this and not be insulting. But isn't your uncle kind of like infirm and crazy?
I don't think he knows what infirm means.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
Oh, okay.
His uncle shits himself?
My uncle. Well, I mean, he's a good guy.
I'm not saying he's not a good guy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it could have been the ravings of someone who's lost their minds.
No, he said this before any of that happened.
Okay.
Then, after it happened, he said it again.
Okay.
Because, and in that moment, he was there. He wasn't gone. He was there.
Shit.
It's like pinballing.
Well, let's say for a minute that he is still alive.
He's
And-
not.
But let's
That's for a minute.
pretend.
Slap
that-
that.
Here, ready? I got my sundial. Start.
Sundial.
And we were to have one of the books that he was writing. How would we get rid of it forever? I tried hitting it with stuff. I tried setting it on fire.
It went from a hypothetical to you telling me that you've done things. Which is it?
Oh,
We're
the
still
hypo-
in the minute. Says
Right.
the sun.
I'm playing along with the bit that he's still in existence.
No, the hypothetical is whether he's still alive or not. We definitely have the book, and I have hit it with a hammer, and I have tried to light it on fire.
Well, that won't work.
In my head. Well, there goes that plan.
Nope. Plan's still alive.
No, I mean like the plan of like not letting him know we have the book.
We've let every other
All
dragon
right,
know
it's
we
been
have
a
the
minute.
book.
Yeah, I know.
Time's up.
The sun moved, so it's either a cloud or it's been a minute. I don't know.
That was a cloud.
These are fucking wacky times.
You see that one that looks like a frog? It's that one.
Anyways.
What a zany happenstance.
we showed it to Ignisar, and he didn't know what to do with it.
What tome is it?
I think it's the fourth one.
White person, we're a loogie.
Broken the goblet of fire.
Living happenstance.
Talik died at the second.
Ooh.
Or did he?
Nope.
Well, I didn't know that part, so otherwise I would have been more sure that he was alive.
He died at the second, and I have the second.
So how did the other two come into existence? Did he just
Three.
raise them up from the dead or something?
I mean, maybe there's.
Or
I
that
mean,
he
maybe
didn't
someone's
die.
continuing his work, maybe, and taking on his moniker. It may not be
didn't
Taylor
die.
himself.
That's true.
He's so fucking sure this dragon is not dead.
He's not a
Harvey's
dragon.
Talik isn't
sure
a
of
dragon.
everything he's
Talik's
ever
not a
said.
dragon.
Talik is certainly
Sorry.
not a dragon.
He's either a corpse or he's going to be.
She
It's not currently.
reaches into. There's like a small drawer that she reaches into, and you hear a key belt, and keys jingling. Or I'm sorry, and you hear an unlock, and then you see him flick a wrist over top, and you mutter something under his breath, and you hear another click. Opens it up, goes like this, and you see a, and then reaches down, reaches down. into
What
the
a trap.
Yes!
and reaches down and picks up.
That was meant for you.
What?
Fucker, I'll find out. And it was not fire. It was a rainbow of color that splashed out very quickly.
Taste the rainbow, bitches!
You purposely failed that mission just to make a point.
The Samsonite 500. I lost a friend.
Oh no, there.
It was going to go off.
Yeah.
The trigger of the sigil was if the door opens, burn the bitch.
If the door opens.
Burn a bitch.
And he takes out a rectangular shape that's roughly the size of the book you're carrying, that is wrapped in like a very thick, like parchment packaging wrap, and sets it in front of him on his desk. And he says, "The second book has always been here, and this was the last of the iteration."
What? That's the second book? Oh my god.
Is it?
You should take out that other book.
I feel like we kind of have to at this point.
I'm gonna take out the book.
And you see, like,
I'm gonna do one of the things where I go. I'm just gonna like do the whole.
you see the math equation meme where it's just like cute, like trying to figure
The
out
Skylar White
trying to
meme.
figure out where in reality he was wrong.
Yeah.
And he reaches out towards it.
Can I have this back, please? Thank you.
He takes it from you, sets it next to his, offers you his. It's wrapped. It's fully covered up.
I want him to unwrap it.
And you hear like as it becomes unmummy wrapped, and you see a book that has the symbol that you were just shown this morning, as well as last night, on the face of it, on the binding of it. But it's not like your sigil. It's not a plain metal. It is. You feel like you're looking into the night sky through the Hubble telescope. When you look at this sigil. And he says, this is the second, and scrapes that forward as he scrapes
Fourth.
yours back.
Why do you want the fourth?
I don't think it is. And he opens it and begins to peruse.
You don't think it's the fourth?
He's dead. He can't have written the third or the fourth if he's dead.
I mean, if he can't, I mean, okay.
It's entirely possible that this is a facsimile.
He doesn't,
He doesn't know what
that word
facsimile
means.
means.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I think.
Listen, this one thinks that 6 and 8 are the same number, okay?
No, they're definitely different
correct.
No, you said
said
something
it really
different.
I
slowly.
never
He
said
counts
6 and 8
He
were
counts
the
to
same.
6.
Yeah.
6.
So,
and-
can I explain something to you first? And I explained the whole process of finding the book, like, under the ocean. And then I just drop in the meme that we left the staff there. And we collapsed this, like, fish society. It was great. And we got the book.
That was a
Like,
fun time.
this is the 4th volume of Talek's Tomes or whatever.
I have grabbed the second.
We
since he pushed
also
it over. I picked it up.
we talked to, and I'm gonna tell him about
There was
when
no
we,
pictures in there.
when we showed it
You don't
to
know
the
that?
dragons inside the shop.
True pictures.
The dragon that took my form.
No.
It's instructions
then-
on how to
or
do
my-
something. There.
Is that Jonas?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell him, like, I showed it to him, and he was like, dude, get that away from me. I was like, oh, my bad. And then
Well, Zyconus is much younger than I am, and I...
okay, whoa. Back it up. Much younger than you are. Are you a dragon?
I'm an elf.
What's the meme where the court thing?
State's attorney.
Objection! I am.
That fucking blue
I don't know
suit
how
and
you
it's
call
just
bullshit in D&D with magic. I'm calling bullshit.
fucking
I'm like,
Professor Layton's like, I think
you
he's
can
lying.
just like the doors close. I don't know zone of truth, or we can
You
just
see
be coached.
Brendek pop up from behind the desk.
Am I guy?
I do.
Yeah, no.
Don't cast spells. Stop.
I'm not gonna cast Zone of Truth.
So we just showed you
It's a
this
dragon.
really
Yeah,
powerful
Just
blade.
lying.
And you say you've been there, you've seen these people, you've seen these things, and you said I am much older than he. Vis-a-vis. Are you a dragon?
I was there when the Magna Bay Accord was formed. I was there when Talek was punted.
Cool.
I was there.
As the proper nomenclature, I love
And
it.
then when they went back down into Pride's Fault, his body wasn't there.
No one had to go. Look, I will.
I think you're a dragon.
It's like, I don't know. I was told that somebody definitely did.
Brendek, leave.
Oh, wow.
Oh fuck.
And Brendek is like, ah. and you're. And He scurries out of the room, and the door closes behind him. And
Let's
he
all
looks.
calm down a little bit.
He looks at you and he says, "Would you lock the door, please?"
Ah, fuck,
Sure.
I'm dead.
I'll go.
Oh shit,
This is
how I go.
This is how I go,
See
baby.
Gammer kind of
I was
he
not
doesn't.
even threatening. I was just being like, yo, just level with us, because we're leveling with you. This book is authentic.
He's like getting ready to summon the blade because he's like, shit, is something gonna go down? I don't know.
It's like it even
Trust
had
me,
a
it
little
wouldn't help
certificate of
even if it
authenticity
did.
with
So
it
what?
and everything.
Trust me, it wouldn't help even if it did.
I don't know, but I'm still
just
gonna try.
Chill. We chilling. We
No,
chilling.
he's not
Everybody take a
chilling.
big deep breath.
He's not taking no deep breaths.
If Farmer Dan can do this, so can you.
Yeah, but Farmer Dan's an anomaly. You know, he doesn't even know what that word means.
Okay.
You come to my monastery and tell me that what I've been told for almost 3 centuries
Mhm.
is not true anymore. Provide me
Yes.
proof and don't give me the time to look it over. Now,
No, you.
I-
You can look it over all you want. I just
would
don't
like
want you to keep
I
it.
have no reason to believe that this is authentic.
Okay.
I don't have to keep it. I will keep that one.
Why? What?
He's pointing at the one that Farmer Dan is holding, number 2.
Oh.
Farmer Dan's
and-
reading.
There are pictures in it. None of the pictures make any sense. They're diagrams.
Yeah, there are so many pictures. It's like,
I know some
Um,
words.
and,
Oh my god.
it's right side up.
That's a 50-50 chance. Holding like and
What kind of book is
Ellerin says, my being has been secret for longer than Talek has been down. It's hard to keep it covered, especially when my brothers are feuding like they are.
And in my head, I'm like, I knew it! Well, you knew it.
I'm the closest to a Veruline that isn't one.
How the fuck did you guess?
Raw power.
I will need time to look over this book to make sure it is authentic.
So it's like, in the meantime,
I-
we hold on to 2, or... Like, if
I
you just say
cannot
you're
give
gonna
you
give it back, then you can keep both.
I cannot give you. I am the keeper of that to keep it safe.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, you said...
I've had it.
You kind of went like this on the table, and I was
Well,
like...
you said you would like to see it, and I was.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
in
I'd
show
like to
of
see
good
it.
faith.
When you
I'll
don't
show you yours if you show me mine. It is what it is. Now, I don't know how long it'll take to make sure that this is the genuine article because I'm missing 3 apparently.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you're missing 2, supposedly.
No, I'm missing the 3rd. So if this is the same style of book of tome that is, there will be a leap in guidance, so to speak. And I'll have to try to see if the guidance would line up.
So I'm assuming because you still have that one that you don't know how you could destroy it. Otherwise, you
It
would
can
have.
be destroyed.
Got it.
I mean,
Are you-
I could try to poke it really hard,
Are
but I
you
don't
sure?
think that'll do
It's
anything.
not
Destroy
gonna
it?
do anything.
Yes.
How would you know?
Would you still like me to try just to
You
make
didn't know
everybody
he
feel
was a
better?
dragon until 5 minutes ago.
Fair.
I mean, I'm honestly kind
That
of
doesn't
curious if
matter.
anything will happen, honestly.
I do also see that you have Mamunia's blade.
Who's both?
What do you know about... Yeah, what do you know about this sword?
Yeah, we also just kind of.
There's
found
a
this
This
one.
is
standing
Uncle
bat.
Dan's blade.
No.
No, it's Mamunia's blade
Mm-hmm.
that she tried to give to Tekdir and he refused.
Busted!
Cool.
What is this? What is this
I
sword?
want to hear stories about this blade too.
There's not much to tell. It was refused.
Mm-hmm.
And it was discarded.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think it speaks to him?
What? Why would it?
Why would it speak to me?
Ah, man.
Kill!
Is that like a common common story about the sword?
It
Rejection?
is. So it was never specified in the Pantheon what weapon was offered up, but so what happened with the whole Tactir Mamunya arc of the Pantheon was essentially
Was it before or after the tournament arc?
So yeah, so what happened was Tactir was bodying people left and right, and the elves prayed and were like, "Bam, we made a god, first mortal god to ever come into existence." And Tactir saw her and lost for the first time. And then rather than try to keep fighting, he was just like, "I'm out. Let's go. We are in love now." And she's like, "No, we're not. You just lost. What the fucking bitch made kind of." And so she was like, "Go prove yourself," essentially. And he was like, "All right, bet." And she's like, here's the sword." And he was like, "I don't need that." And he didn't need that. And like the Pantheon, usually the story goes, that day without weapon, he killed 1,000 people.
Wow.
And
So this weapon has no dark history whatsoever. It's not cursed.
Does the story continue?
Of course it continues. The Tactor won the battle and thus won her heart, and they had Vivette, and Vivette was taken.
Made into a snack that we dumped in the end of the ocean.
Her life was.
Oh,
Not with the blade.
nice.
No.
It was a different weapon.
Just a little
And I'll summon it with this.
And at that, his eyes
What?
go wide for a minute and just stop.
Well,
And
sort of.
his eyes flash, and he says, "That's at least
A
I know
copy.
that that's not real. This might be.
This is a copy of it.
That is what was used to kill her."
This is a copy of it, but yes, my family carries that. Carried. Sorry.
I'm not sure how so many things are coming to me now and what I'm supposed to do about them. What I can tell you is I've been keeping that tome that he has in his hand right now for as long as I mean, eons, it feels like. Hundreds of years. No one has come for it, and now I fear they might. I didn't know if this is the authentic article. I didn't know that this was happening. Everything seems so much larger than it was, and I'm not sure what to do. I know you came to me for guidance, but I feel like I am the one that needs it.
It's kind of the vibe we get with the only other people we showed this book to
Yeah.
was
This feels like
they
uncharted
also didn't
territory.
really have an idea for us. I mean, Ignisar didn't really know what to do with it.
So, we obviously had no idea that you had a book here. I think the best thing to do is to not keep the books together. Because if somebody wanted to get all of the books, making them go to as many different places as possible, making it as hard to find all of the books as possible, is the best way.
Then I won't confirm that this book is yours and you will have mine back.
You will have my back. What?
As in, you will give me,
Oh.
Oh, there's
you'll have mine
Yeah.
back to me.
Oh, can I see that for a second? just want to look into. I'll
yeah, it's like,
see if I can interpret any of it.
Should I put this away? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I hope this isn't like desecration.
A
or
lot of
anything.
this is a temple to Mamunya.
I'll dispel
and-
it.
Um,
Sorry.
the legend goes that her daughter was slain by that, so it's not necessarily sacrilege to be here.
The story I was
This
told
isn't
was
a
that it
Vivette.
slew both of them.
Correct. The bit of the arc that was, or I'm sorry, the bit of the story that was more tragic was the slaying of Vivette,
Yeah.
simply because
Because who slays a goddamn child?
Mamunya wouldn't want to have continued to live anyway.
No.
So, when tragedy had already struck, I mean, 3 gods died that day.
one of them a child of that. Who kills a fucking child?
Right. That is in a temple to Befet. That would be very, very improper to take out. It's less so with Mamunya.
I just want to make sure I'm not stepping on any toes here. I promise you, even though I do carry it, but I do not hold anybody's.
Yeah. Dragon that licks my anti-dragon blade.
This is very backwards.
What would you like us to do in the meantime?
Well, if you would find out why Veldane and Antrax, for one, have gotten together and banded together, and for the other, whether or not they're going to stop and put their beef away, that would be a good thing. Again, I don't know where the wrath is aimed. They just say that their land was encroached, and they know who did it. But they're setting their sights on Commonwealth, and it was Dragon's Fire that killed the city. There's no dragon in Commonwealth.
Dragon that we know of.
So I'm starting to think that there
Or
might
is-
be a lot
or
of
is
things that
everybody
we-
accounted for?
We all thought
I
we
feel
knew.
I would know.
Okay, so everybody is accounted for in your book.
I'm so close to Commonwealth. You
Yeah.
pull out the map, and he's like, "That's less than a day's trip."
This feels like
Yeah,
a
it's like a
SpongeBob
2-hour
meme of
drive.
like, he's a dragon. Are there any other dragons I should know about? And then one pops up.
I can't verify the authenticity of this, but I don't feel like you're looking for that. So,
I think we were more looking for an idea on what to do with it.
But I think
If
there
your
being
friend
another
won't-
one here kind of changes that.
it has been unknown that book is here, and I'd like to remain that way.
Mm-hmm.
I showed you that as a
What's where?
as a show of good faith, and he
Mhm.
reaches for the tome back from you.
I'll give it back. Could I have interpreted anything, or can I?
Oh, sorry, yeah, you had it.
Yeah, because I studied that one, number 4, and it was like hard to get through.
So, the bulk of the second tome is the supplies needed in order to do this, and it's like an extremely large undertaking.
Long list of supplies.
That's the bulk of it.
So it's a fucking grocery list.
It really is. So, the long and short of the tomes are, it is literally an instruction manual to do it. And so, like, first step is, like, what we're doing and why.
Mhm.
Second step is, here's all the shit you're going to need to do it. Presumably, because the fourth step was, here's how you arrange the stuff. The third step might be how to get the stuff that is necessary. So, or like prepare the stuff that is
Yeah.
necessary. He takes it back from you and slides over yours and begins to fold this the second tome back over. And he says, very simply, if you make your way to the lowlands, and I don't know if speaking with with Veldane and Antrax is a thing that can be done. It seems like you've spoken with quite a few.
Are Veldane and Antrax, I guess for lack of a better word, allies of yours, or have they?
Your interests align.
Family is tough, and I feel that those in the Cursus Imperium are closer to closer to Orinthius than others would be. Whether it's
Yeah.
proximity to the chamber or the library that Murgizo tends, the information is there. So I wouldn't call them allies, but I also wouldn't call Zyconus an ally. We just are. There's a hierarchy, and Ignisar is, as far as I am aware, the highest on that hierarchy, the totem pole. I'm close, not quite. Neither of them are above me, and I'm above them by a significant margin. It's less to do with age and more to do with proximity to the bloodline of the Verilene, and they're far from it.
So Ignisar mentioned something called the Enigma that were like offshoots of the bloodline.
So, the Enigma are, in fact, offshoots of the traditional bloodline. Those are the dragons that Takdir had created. Verilene always were. From Didal.
So would Antrax and Veldane be Enigma?
No, they wouldn't. They are. Their blood is so diluted that they're so far from Verilene, they're not worth calling it. But at the same time, neither am I.
I see.
There has been too many instances of our blood that has been tainted by, whether it be a god or laying with a person. And over time, over a very long time, the blood of the Verilene gets diluted.
Okay.
The only people that I would consider enemies would be the Vesmir. But they're not here. They haven't been for longer than I've had this book. The Enigma lost the war, and that's why they created Erinthius. They are beneath us, and they will remain beneath us. I'm not worried about any of them.
And so Veldane and Antrax are not Vesmir either, right?
No, certainly not.
Okay.
If they were, and you asked the question of whether they were allied or not, the answer is certainly no.
Got it. The wheels are turning. It's like prior to like a month ago, I had met no dragons. Well, I had met a dragon, you, and I just didn't know it. And now I've met like 7 dragons, and
Realistically, the distance from the bloodline isn't necessarily that it's not pure. It's also how close you were to the creation from Didal. So generations have passed, obviously, and those generations are farther from the touch of Didal.
God. So we need to convince Veldane and Antrax not to make trouble.
I feel like that's gonna be easier said than done.
Probably.
I'm not sure what more I can be of use. If you have any other questions, I'm more than willing to answer. You're of course welcome to stay at the monastery.
Thank you. Your sword is welcome.
I would like to leave the book for him to study if that is okay with everyone else. So I don't know what else to do with it. With the intention that we come back to get it.
I think that leaving the book where there's already another book is a bad idea.
Probably right. But for like a couple days.
I want to keep these books as far away from each other as possible.
For like 2 days.
2 days could be very dangerous.
What if we also stay here?
For 2 days. I mean, yeah, we can just burn 2 days. I'm fine with that. I need some time anyway.
I wouldn't mind resting a bit.
Do you think you could like?
You don't want to stay here for 2 days?
figure out what you need to figure out with the book in like 2 days.
Man, a fucking wet towel.
But also,
I
I
don't
think
think
your
so.
point of keeping the books apart and maybe not verifying authenticity is not a bad idea. I mean, yeah, if we can keep them apart, that sounds like the safest.
Here's my confusion as to whether or not why you'd leave the book with me. If you know it to be authentic,
Yeah.
all I'm
Which we
doing
do.
is proving the authenticity. I'm not going to use it or do anything with it. I would just stow it away like I have this one.
Yeah, we know it's real. We don't need somebody to prove that it's real.
We will keep this one safe and out of the bad
We're
boys'
just hoping we'll
hands.
find a way to destroy it someday.
And hopefully we find a way to
It
destroy it.
won't be. If it is authentic, it cannot be destroyed.
Dang.
Well, we gotta try.
Right.
Maybe if we like put it like we find a volcano and like there's like a lake of lava and we just throw it in the middle. Yeah, the lava won't destroy it, but it sinks to the bottom. How would a human get it? It can't go in lava.
Or a dragon,
A
probably.
dragon could.
Yeah, but like
But why would a dragon want a book on how to unleash a cosmic dragon?
I'm just saying.
There are an entire race of dragons that would wish to release the cosmic dragon.
Ah, fuck. Maybe
Yeah,
we take it to
that
Iceland.
was that.
And quite a lot of
I-
people
He was
that they've
being
conned
sarcastic.
into believing that would be good for them
I'm
as
sure
well.
they have following.
Maybe
Oh no,
we
they
take
do.
it to my
Then
plane.
I jiggle the bag.
Like I
So it
take the
goes-
book up.
That's not a bad idea.
That's
Trying
not
to
the worst
fix
idea.
that.
Yeah, because most people don't even know. Do you know where I'm from?
So, didn't
Rawan Basin.
And I'll describe like my little plane and like our little pocket dimension in,
Actually, yes.
in the
but I don't know.
As
You're
far as I know.
not from since we found out that your people were also messing with the glint. Maybe they'll get too curious. You could say.
No, I'm just saying I don't tell anybody it's there.
Ah.
You
If
guys
if-
told the story to. No, I mean it was the Batuka Bridge version of the Utura Fellfield escapade.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have came up that your people may have. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Like
Yeah, no way.
if slash when I go home with Atosh,
That's a very deep
I
threat
go
for
up.
to
I don't even
gloss
tell
over.
him. I don't even tell him. I just put it on a bookshelf in my house. Just leave it there.
It's not a bad idea.
I'd say it's not a bad idea because then the dragons have to come there, or the people do, and we're not very welcoming of other people unless you are with the boys.
I don't think it's the smartest thing to encourage another attack.
Oh
But
no!
if you want to leave it there and
But they wouldn't know
without
it's
a-
there. They wouldn't know it's there. It's not gonna brag about it. You just take it there. And
you're putting a book that releases the cosmic god into the cosmos. That's more close to
Kind of.
signaling to them where it is, I would think.
I mean, like, I feel like
Like,
the
it'll
cosmos
put
is
off,
a pretty
like,
fucking
signal?
big place anyway.
It'll put off a signal.
Sure, but
Like a beacon.
it might.
What the fuck? Oh, we'll cross that. That's it.
It might. I'm just
We'll
that's
cross that bridge when we
speculation.
get
What
there.
the fuck?
I
So
whether or not people like to believe he is a god, he's just locked away.
Cool.
In the same way that Mamunya and Pavet were gods. Or are gods.
So what's the plan, team?
We ride.
We ride.
We ride to. We go to Flashpoint. We figure out what the fuck was going on there. Then we go to plane camp.
we're just going straight in.
Yeah.
Blenkamp is overshooting. If you're going to Lowlands,
Border Watch.
We
We
were
can go to Lowlands on the way back.
Boy, you really want to.
it would be best to quell a wrath before resolving a quarrel.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, because it sounds
Your
like
advice is duly noted.
because it sounds like this other dragon isn't really doing anything at the moment anyway, right? And whereas these other two are just actively fucking things up.
Frankly, I'm surprised Murgiza left his nest.
So we go to Flashpoint. We go to the Lowlands, and then we go get Mergizo.
Yeah, that's
Say
can figure it out.
eyes to the
figure it
plan.
out.
Eyes to the plan.
Wait, is this to go see that black dragon about this treasure?
We'll
Not yet.
go to
Yeah.
Flashpoint and figure it out.
Flashpoint first.
Yeah, it's about the treasure. Yeah.
Oh.
I
Yay.
Let's go to Flashpoint. Okay, bye.
It was good to see you all, and he like has finished wrapping his tome and like is putting it back.
Sorry
into
to
the
bring you
explosive.
such really weird and disturbing news the one time I come back after being gone for like a month.
This is the second time in 2 days that I've received very odd news that changes what I thought I knew, and I don't like it.
Yo, my guy.
Yeah, fair enough. I wouldn't either.
they call that. being
As
a
far as
millennial.
dragons that I hate this guy the least.
That's great.
Why do you hate me?
The least.
Yeah, why you hate me?
No,
Confess your
I wouldn't have actually said that out loud in front of him. But that'd have been an
There's the resting bitch face the whole time because you can't not while you're getting screamed at in your cranium. But I'll give you that he does not inquire.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it wouldn't. I'm not. I mean, I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Can't have it both ways.
I'm stupid, but I'm not an idiot.
What's your wisdom?
Enough.
Was
Nice.
it 8?
More than my intelligence.
That's not.
So-
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
8
that
and
it's-
6.
He doesn't know that a tomato is a fruit. He
Yeah.
doesn't know that you shouldn't put a tomato in a fruit salad, but he can make jokes about the tomato really well.
Okay.
He can grow a tomato really well.
I can grow so many fucking tomatoes, my guy.
Got that.
Learned how to grow multiple types of tomatoes off the same plant.
Oh wow!
Oh, you can do that.
Farmer Dan's backstory. Do it.
Probably like different.
Show me the tomatoes.
All right. So we go into
the
Flashpoint now.
Going to Flashpoint.
Like right now?
What?
Why not?
Do you have anything else?
I just was. Just seems like we're in a rush to get there.
A little bit, yeah.
So one loaf of bread, one raw potato, and a book later. And accusing this man's identity. Now off to Flashpoint.
How the fuck did you just instantly? Are you a dragon? Just
Oh, no.
So this-
I
told him
you
it was
guys
a
have
dragon.
left. Out,
Yeah.
So when you open Elrin's door, Brendeck goes, "Oh!"
wait. No, you told us. That's right. Sorry, I forgot that he went through all that with Dermot.
Before we leave, we'd be like, all right, so we need to not actually tell anybody about this dragon.
Tell nobody about
For
what
real.
now?
About this dragon.
About what now?
Net.
About what now?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I have no comments.
I know that
Oh,
it goes
please
against
have a
everything
comment.
that we've done. in
Have a
this
comment,
episode.
Please have a comment.
Please.
I'm gonna also say,
You say out loud, I have no
really
comment.
don't
Yeah.
like
Bull.
leaving. It's like
Crap.
we cannot leave
Anytime.
one of
She's
these
like-
books with a dragon,
Sweetie.
especially a dragon that already has another book. It's like, my assumption was that he was going to spend that time either transcribing or memorizing it.
I don't think so.
I mean,
He also didn't think he was a dragon.
Well, most of the dragons we met haven't seemed like dragons. So there you go.
hiding in plain sight.
But I'm batting 1,000.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I didn't even see your magic hand, so
It made an appearance.
if you say so.
Magic hand only points to bad dragons.
Oh, that's true. This must not have been a bad dragon, huh?
Yeah, it's like as far as dragons go, this is one of my favorites.
I can't hear the word. I can't hear that word, that phrase anymore the same way. I'm sorry.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do at the Flowing Leaves Monastery?
I guess we should probably also like say something before we just ditch these dudes here. Maybe like introduce them to somebody.
I did
Make sure
already.
there's
I asked
Cool.
if they could stay here, and
Oh yeah, they said, and then they said yeah, there's plenty of stuff to clean.
I would like to eat an actual meal here before we leave.
Yeah, it might. I mean, we're here. We may as well maybe rest.
Okay. You sit with the monks of the monastery. you have a nice porridge meal prepared by Master Tallbean. It is delicious, as was his bread. This man is a culinary masterpiece.
I'm asking about like the different monsters I've heard hide in the Tanglewood.
Why is this in front of me?
Like, have you ever seen one of these?
So-
What about one of those?
When,
I was like,
when you
wait.
ask about these things, the Flowing Leaves Monastery does, in fact, essentially quell off most of the danger that is in Tanglewood. And in fact, is most of their job. A lot of what they do is escort people from A to B out of Swaywood. Specifically, Ellerin is responsible for the safety of people within Tanglewood. That's not to say that he's responsible if somebody gets into trouble and has a bad time,
Yeah.
but he's taken it upon himself to give people passage through this forest. There are a multitude of beasts that are much too large and shouldn't be that large.
Yeah. Yep. I've heard stories.
You too big.
There's some dangerous stuff in there. Sometimes it wanders close to town. You know, if you see this one, you're supposed to like play dead. But if you see one that's claws are going the other way, you're supposed to run for it.
Claws go like as in like
Ew.
this or like.
I'm not
how?
really sure what that means, honestly.
Spooky.
But I've
It's like-
heard if the claws go the other way, you run for your life.
That doesn't make sense.
I think you're
though.
describing a bugbear rather than a bear.
That could be it.
I mean, this one can't
They
be
claws
fun.
like this.
Or no, owl bear. Sorry,
Oh.
the other bear creature.
You see Diarmid messing with bandages, and it's not. He's just like, since we're not really keeping secrets, and I'll just ditch those.
Sure.
So what you guys see, like he has a hand there, but it's all the shaft of the glaive was this like those black crystals with that kind of that sort of deep violet. It's just a hand made out of those.
Icky.
Fucking things. Hassle.
Gives me the ick.
Hmm.
Shut up.
Is that like a magical prosthetic?
up.
Or...
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Hey, well, if you want better bandages, Felix is pretty good.
I honestly wear them for
Love it.
everybody else's sake, but it seems
No.
like
Yeah.
we're all
Don't
gonna
ever
be hanging
fucking
out.
say that again.
And hell, I mean,
Everything
you all
I
have been
see
pretty
on
open with me,
TikTok
so
or
I'll
on it,
Ball,
return
go.
the
just
favor to you.
fucking
Yeah.
just say it.
So,
I'm not sure it's right. I don't even care.
look, I haven't
What are
really.
you guys talking about? You two chuckle fucks. I'm gonna move you over there. Separate the game.
You're getting to the front of the class.
Mr. Deanna, these two chuckle fucks are being weird
She's gonna be
again.
louder. You guys aren't gonna stop me.
Sorry. Yeah, we're just gonna be louder.
It's very, very true.
Well-
Sorry.
You know,
And
people lose limbs.
yeah, it was. That was not a good day.
I could imagine.
Yeah. No, they.
Such is life. Such is life. Say la vie.
People do.
Felix just Felix killed one man, and
Look.
now his whole outlook is just so different. It's like,
Listen.
some people lose limbs.
Fuck
Some
Such
people
is life.
do lose limbs and
I went to
eyes.
school
It
with a girl
happens.
who lost an arm. It's not like. Calm down.
Chop off.
Listen.
She made her own prosthetic.
I
It's
was
cool.
just fortunate that I have a benefactor that gave this to me.
With a flaming sword.
I guess that's a kind way to put it, but yeah, some people call it like an occult sort of thing. But
I don't want to know.
Weird shit happens every day at this point.
yeah,
What?
weird shit.
Weird shit? Oh,
Which it
it's
does.
on a minute-to-minute basis.
It really happens all the fucking time.
So this
gang.
is probably like way back, like a couple weeks ago, for like type of weird shit for you guys.
That was when we were fighting that thing that said it was a god, but it wasn't.
We were so young.
That's
It-
what
it-
happened.
I
was
think
like
it was a
baby.
god.
It
It's
was
definitely a
little
god.
baby god.
yeah.
Yeah.
Felix killed a god.
Felix did kill a god.
Congratulations.
Kill the god. Kill
You
the
became
guy.
a god.
You're a god.
Felix is a god.
Yes.
Okay.
Now every time
let's
we
calm
introduce
down, you
Felix,
bunch of heretics.
Guys, no, we're on your side, so we're
Yeah.
not heretics.
It doesn't
Everybody
sound
else.
Such a humble god.
It does not sound like you're on
Felix
his
is a
side.
righteous god. Am I right?
Righteous.
Righteous.
What's he the god of? As he
Humbleness.
ladles more soup into your bowl.
What's he the god of?
Yeah, what am I the god of?
What is
Humbleness
Felix the god of?
and
Hold on. Felix is always like non-violent.
God of the
except when she
homeboys.
cut that guy in half. He can cut that guy.
Harmony.
The god of. I'm not gonna say peace. That's too easy.
There's already a god of peace.
Yeah, there is.
Well, not in my church.
What's a generic?
Not
I
the
take
Sky
a bread,
Temple.
fucker.
Well, what's a generic word that means Boy Scout?
Altruistic, maybe? I don't know.
God of altruism. I'm gonna like take out a piece of parchment and like scribbling. I'm making you like a sigil, like a god
Oh my
mark.
God, you're gonna get me killed.
It's just a smiley face.
They can't kill you. You're a god. As long as people believe in you, you live.
Well, if they do
I
kill you,
don't-
then they become
We're gonna
God.
manifest this. We're gonna Kuatoa this into existence.
I don't know if you know this or not, but there is an entire temple that's devoted to a god that was killed in his mortal form. So
Was I
very
talking
mortal
to
form. Well, I asked the question, so I was listening in. I was talking to you. I didn't realize I was unwelcome. He takes your soup.
Thanks for the soup.
What an asshole!
Me or him?
He takes your soup.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking to him. Never mind.
No, he's not an
taking your
asshole.
soup.
You're the asshole.
He
I
gives
know
you
I'm
his
the
soup.
asshole.
He gives you his soup.
Yeah, that's a little cold if you come on, man.
I'm already off.
It's like you
I'm
can't
not
die.
missing
We know
the
gods
land.
can die. But if somebody kills you, they become a god.
Like,
So
What?
no,
take solace in that.
no.
Pretty sure that's.
We need to
not
start
how it
recruiting
works.
people.
Yeah.
That's how Felix is a god.
No, that's not
Felix
how that
killed
works.
a god, therefore Felix became a god.
Where is that written?
God of altruism, then,
On that sheet of paper.
or God of
No, that's
mercy?
I think.
Nah, what he did in that room was not mercy. God of justice. Because that person deserved it. But everybody else, Felix is like just knocking out, you know what I mean?
There would be a god of mercy. There's not a god of justice.
God of justice, then. In my head, that I totally know all the gods and I've totally written them down.
God of justice.
God of justice, Felix, God of justice. I'm gonna make like a little insignia on a piece of parchment, and it's like a shield shape
With a
because
smiley
they always
face.
have a shield,
With a smiley
and it's gonna have a flaming sword down the middle, like his flaming sword that he uses all the time. That cuts people in twain. And then
That's
underneath
gonna
the
be-
flaming
your
sword,
sword's gonna
there's like
slowly
the
become an
healing
artifact.
Healing
Sorry.
kit.
Yeah, so it's like the healing
The
kit.
healing
So it's
kit
like
looks suspiciously like a loaf of bread.
no, I'm gonna make it look like a healing kit. It's got like the plus sign, like the healer plus sign, and then the flaming sword, and then on either side of the flaming sword, there's it's like the sword is the middle of the scales of justice, and they're
Nice.
balanced. Yeah.
Should I have you make my holy symbols for all my domains?
There you go. There. And I like bring it over to you. I'm like, here, this is what I got. Look good?
It's rad as fuck.
Rad as fuck. Okay. Felix, God of justice.
I'm gonna start spreading that religion wherever
Fuck
we go.
yeah. And whenever Felix isn't looking, where's your shield?
I on
Is
my
it
back,
the
I
button
guess.
one?
I don't have the button one.
It's on your back, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like give you a pat on the back, and when I do, I cast prestidigitation, and your shield has that on it.
It has that for an hour.
He just starts patting your back throughout our journey every hour.
Good morning, Felix.
You know what? I can get behind this.
Yeah. Alright,
We gotta recruit people.
that's my specialty.
I'll get behind it, yeah.
You know, some people who worship the gods would take that as sacrilegious, right?
Oh yeah, I guess they
People who
would.
worship the god. What do you mean?
Would take making me a fake god sacrilegious.
See, but
See,
I
but
believe.
if you make it real, then
Or
it's
you
not
an
fake.
idol.
Ah, yeah, you god or you an idol?
Mhm.
Both.
Neither.
Both of them.
Both.
Both of what?
Both for what?
Listen, if I get smoked, it's on y'all. Okay? I just wanna say it.
Trust me,
Are we ready to go? To
you're not
Flashpoint?
getting somebody around here.
These two chuckle fucks.
Are we ready to go to Flashpoint? I'm here.
Let's
Yeah.
go to Flashpoint, gang.
Okay.
Now
So-
See
that started a cult.
what the fuck Atakune was doing in Flashpoint.
Or possibly.
So, in the same day that you traveled to Tingleweb and saw the Flowing Leaves Monastery, you become smoke once more, waving as you do to your friends, and abandon everyone you know and love, the Took, and you fly northward towards
Again.
Flashpoint, northwestward slightly, mostly north, and you're met with the same fields this time. In season right now is still the wheat because it's only been 3 weeks, and you see the same familiar man sitting on his same familiar porch, and you make your way to where?
I'd like to go to Chuck's place.
Okay.
So we.
This is
Intense.
I was like, holy shit, Chuck this is fucking real, bro. God damn, Chuck.
Chuck fucks.
Chuck fucks for real. Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's like
So you apparate outside of Chuck's small shack of a house.
he's got a small little field.
Small, one of the smaller fields in Flashpoint. Not too far from Farouk's, but very small place.
He's got a few cattle.
There's mostly goats.
I love goat.
I don't love you. They're fucking mean.
Goats love you.
It's a bad idea.
No,
God damn it.
we draw the line. Chuckle fucks, no.
That's a reverse
Chuckle fucks say no. Reverse chuckle fuck.
You can't tell me what to do.
So you're at Chuck's and you knock on the door, and you watch as the door opens and a head flies out and hits Farmer Dan in the head. But Farmer Dan at the same time is hitting this man in the head with his head. And there is a blow atop both of their noggins that would knock out Batuk. Not saying much, but it would.
It's like a small amount of blood runs down each of our foreheads. Chuck!
How's it going, Dan?
Chuck, how's it been, buddy?
Goats are good, man. Goats are good.
Goats are good. Cows are
Got
good.
well, the one is.
The one is.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Needs milking. Get help?
We're in town only for a little bit. I don't know how long we're in town for. We got to figure out some stuff.
There's always time for goat milking, man. If you need to go, you gotta go.
He's a big fan of goat milk, and he's a good hand around the farm.
Sherry does need help, and you unfortunately.
I don't
can't
want to
say-
steal that from you, man. That's you and Sherry go
No,
way
no,
back.
no, that's you.
Wasn't that
That's
prom
all
night?
you, buddy.
Prom night?
That's all you, buddy.
I'm good, thanks. He'll do it.
He's fucking with me. He just said, "All right, what can I do for you?"
So, heard some word that there was a lady walking around here. Somebody from the Yotura,
The who?
the gangs.
Oh, yeah. There's. Okay.
Do you know anything about that?
I know that 3 dudes went and took a stroll up to your place.
To my place.
Yeah,
Bless you.
they went up
And
to your place.
Sorry that hurt.
It was a dwarven dude, an elven dude, and an orcish dude.
Dwarf, elf, and
If an elf and an orc walks into a farm.
wait, is that? No.
It's not.
It's not that.
No. One of them was a furbolg. It's definitely not them.
It's like, it's not that. Was like, I'm trying to remember what the races were. It's like, that's at least 2 of them there,
No.
right? But
Well, but yeah, no, it's not.
It's like it's not them.
And he's like, they rolled up and
Is there?
they kind of just went there, knocked on the door, were let in, and then just said a couple things, I guess, and left.
No big kerfuffle?
Nobody had to get the smackdown laid.
Never change, Chuck.
Don't know how.
Believe that.
Alright, I'm a
Did I say that out loud?
I'm gonna go say hi to the Reds, but it's always good seeing you, bud.
There's another headbutt that splits the seam of their skull even more.
Such a great guy.
Explains so much.
Things are starting to make a lot more sense.
You take 3 points of damage
Hmm.
as a result of the headbutts. You can headbutt him back if you want to.
It's like, I'm not worried about how much damage he takes. I'm not knocking him out.
It's not a far stroll. You grew up. There's only one stop in between your parents' house and his, and it was good old Deb.
Yeah. Keep going. Just gonna keep going.
You see Scoot wave from his porch as you walk up the long trail that leads up to your house.
Hi, Scoot.
All's good!
Scoot! How's it been?
Dry. You had some people come by.
You had some people come by. That's what I heard. Do you hear anything about the people coming by?
What?
You hear anything about the people coming by?
And you're like yelling from one point to the other.
So I'm walking over there, but I'm
He's
still
like,
yelling.
What? What? And so eventually you get close enough and you're having a conversation that's much too loud until it's not, right?
Yeah.
He says, yeah, you had, Holt came by and he had 2 friends with him.
Holt came by.
Yeah.
When did he come by?
Well, like 4 or 5 days ago?
4 or 5 days ago.
Week? Whatever it was.
Huh.
It's the same timeline that you were told before.
Okay.
About
Do you-
Atakune.
What race is Atakune?
You never knew.
Cool. Ah.
I don't like where this is going.
Do you know any, like, did you hear anything? Does it sound pretty calm, or?
I mean, it sounded pretty calm. I did hear him yell, "Get the fuck out of here," so I guess it didn't end too calm. Dad was pretty pissed about it.
Papa never really, like, told too much.
Yeah.
How's
There was no, I mean, I didn't wheel myself over there, but there was no kerfuffle or anything. I didn't hear nothing from down here.
How's life been on the porch?
The wood's rotten a little bit, but it's alright.
What's rotten?
A little bit, right over there. If you step, you'll feel the creak. It's
A little bit.
it's my Porsche. It's assembled.
Remind me the next time in town to help you fix that.
You're not gonna fix it now?
We got a lot to take care of. These are my pals.
Looks like a lot of pals that can fix the porch. You're like, fuck, he's right.
It's like I'm trying to think who could fix the porch other than Felix. It's like Felix could fix the porch for sure. No, you wouldn't even if you could.
This is not for fixing
I'd
porches,
give it a
I'm telling you
hard.
right now.
I'd give it a good college try. I'm not saying I could do it. I'm just saying I would try. Try.
You would certainly be the one that we would let hand us nails.
Nice. Damn.
Nice job.
It's very insulting. It's his way
It
of
is.
insulting you.
No, it is.
It
I get
works.
it.
Yeah.
Or drawing the blueprint.
Yeah. I do math.
We're not drawing a blueprint. We're building a porch.
That's fair enough.
I
How
look
do you think
around
this
at
one
the
got
material.
Blueprint.
Is there a level anywhere? A plum.
A what?
Never mind.
Yeah, well,
That's big.
And Scoot says to you, they left, but they visited your old man. Not your old man, but your old man before they left.
Adventure Dan.
Right.
Yeah. How's he been holding up?
I don't know, he doesn't come to the porch much.
Kind of figured.
It's good to see you.
It's good seeing you.
I look forward to you helping me out with this porch with all your newfound friends.
We'll have to.
Look like great people. Look like big, strong people that could really build a porch in a matter of moments. Looks like it'd be barely an inconvenience.
But
You
You
got
can
some-
use this to pry up the old boards and I pull out a crowbar.
Got the tools already.
It's like,
That's all I
do you
have.
got the lumber?
I'll back.
Is the lumber a tree?
Sure is.
Scoot.
Oh,
filmed in front of a
you.
live studio.
All right. Well,
You abandoned this poor man on his porch.
we're coming back.
Fuck yeah, we do.
Honestly, no. I think I'd rather build Scoot a porch than walk into my house.
Are we away from
Should we
Scoot?
make sure your family's okay?
Scoot really needs his porch though, but yeah, it's.
Are we away from Scoot at this point? Like,
I
we
don't
walk
think
away?
so.
No.
Not
You can
quite.
certainly walk away from it.
I'm definitely starting to walk away because I definitely have a question that I don't want Scoot to hear.
Okay.
Follow you.
So are we just gonna? I guess we can go over to my parents and then we can help Scoot with his porch.
You are welcome to do that.
He's a good pal.
I'll help you.
When a friend needs help, you help him. Alright.
As soon as we're away from Scoot, so we came here because we heard Atakune was here, right?
That's
And
what we were told.
He's the leader of the Atura, right?
Yeah.
And when we
how
got
much do you
here-
know about Atakune?
I guess not a lot, unless.
Do you
we've
know at
met-
all what Atakune looks like?
You would
Do you know what-
You would know that he's elven.
He's Elven.
There's an elf, an orc, and a dwarf. So, whole Atakune and
So your
A
uncle
dwarf.
is working with Atakune?
That's a pretty hasty fucking generalization.
And I think that he's been
You're
in a
gonna meet his uncle.
sticky situation before, and he'll be in a sticky situation again.
I go back to Scoot real quick. Hey, did you see the three that walked up? The dwarf and the.
Yeah, it was dwarf and Hulk.
I tried to describe the best of my recollection the dwarf that we let go.
The
in
dwarf
this
that
farm.
you let go.
The one that we didn't kill in the town that was selling the drugs.
Oh, no.
It doesn't look like that guy.
No, he knows who the orc is. The
No,
orc
I
is
know.
Hulk.
But the dwarf I'm talking about.
Oh, no, it does not look like
Okay.
I'm sorry, yes. No, it does not look like
I was like, man, if it's that guy.
No, that's Crag. He fucked off to Kadai.
He was a nobody.
That we know.
We should check on your family.
Yeah, let's go.
My mom's a lot.
Yeah, moms can be.
Okay.
Just be grateful you
Good.
have. Just be grateful you have family to go home to.
We'll see what you say after this one.
I can guarantee you that will not change.
All right. Knock on the door.
Daniel!
Hi,
Get
Mom.
out of here! And there's a very swift and sweeping embrace of this woman that before Farmer Dan can even finish saying hi, he's being pushed and shoved into the house. It smells like hard work and sweat and farm.
It smells like home.
And your dad is presently lounging on his chair, rocking back and forth.
Smells like Idaho.
Where's
Um,
the
Hey.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like Western
your mom is like
Kansas.
ushering you straight back to the kitchen because of course she is, and she's immediately sweeping you up in I've been talking about Deb with you, and she's waiting. I will say, you're in. I was talking.
No.
We can make it
Mom,
happen real quick,
Mom,
and then we
Mom,
can merge the two farms.
Mom.
One big plot of land, better than two small plots of land. They got more
Mom.
cattle, we got more wheat.
Mom.
Just think about it, because like then we don't even have to
Continue
take
the
the field.
bloodline.
I'm ordained.
You're okay.
Are you fuck?
To the best of your knowledge.
Pieces coming together. You want to see Deb?
Oh, I don't care.
Let's go
Mom.
meet her. And she begins to head out.
Mom, no, we're not gonna go see Dad.
Oh.
And I pull out and I hand her 150 gold. It's like this. I know that.
That's a lot of farm.
I know that you need me on the farm, and I just want to make sure that you know I still care. And I know I can't be here. I've got a. But
Aw.
I'm just thinking about the Resident Evil meme. Like, I really need you to fuck my sister. It's not like. No, it's not. No. But for some reason that
No,
popped
Deb
up.
is a nice daughter of the farm next.
No, I
And she finishes the hug and does that whole thing where she like pushes you and looks you over, and she goes, "At least you've been eating while you're gone. You're much bigger than you were before."
She just call you fat.
she called me
She
fat.
did. He's taller.
Oh.
I had a growth spurt.
Well, you had like 4 of them.
Six pack though.
Well, and I go stand up against the pencil marks on the wall.
You're the same height.
Those are absolutely there.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 All
Just
6'7" of you.
Just above his is a Daniel.
Wait, what? What?
How's-
There's Daniel. Wait, I thought you were Daniel. There's another.
So I'm Dan.
Dan.
Then we've got Adventure Dan.
He's Farmer Dan.
I'm Farmer Dan.
And then there's Adventure Dan.
And then there's Adventurer Dan because
Okay.
he was an adventurer.
But this is Daniel.
Yeah,
I mean, you're an adventurer now.
I guess in a way I'm Adventurer Dan.
Adventure Dan the second.
No. I like that though. File that one away.
I try. Sometimes it works.
How is Uncle Dan doing?
He's doing okay. We're taking care of him.
Now you gotta see him.
Yeah, he's in, yeah.
Also, Maz, my friends, this is Atosh, that guy. Zadius.
That guy.
Well, Zadius will introduce Zadius. Felix, Batuk.
Oh yeah. Oh, the new character.
New character.
Okay.
This is both me and Farmer Dan starting.
Farmer Dan goes,
He points at me and says,
He's like, Craig. What?
wait.
Elysian and
My name's Dearman. I just.
Dierma, nice to
Dearman.
meet you.
Big D.
Big. Or that. Yeah, I guess that would also work.
Okay. Dear, as you begin to walk past her towards Adventurer Dan, she turns to you and goes, "Did you hear that Stoop needs a sports built?
I did hear that. I don't want anything to do with it.
You can take care of that. Lickety split."
I know Zadius loves helping her out around
Get
the
away
farm,
from
Mom.
that. A nice old country lady trying to get you to
Yeah.
get some rough and tumble.
Yeah,
You know the guy
Zadius
you-
is real good at choring.
If you want someone to marry somebody, I'm your person.
I don't think you are.
Technically.
Mm.
Untechnically. Whatever. It's kind of up in the air. But helping folks, you got like 3 or 4 other people to choose from here.
And I
You ever
know-
hear the God of Justice?
Yes.
No.
Thank you. That's heresy. No, we'll move away from that as you're fucking with this lady and the God of Justice to Adventurer Dan, who It's in the same state that he was when you first left him, as well as when you first visited him after your leaving. The only difference is that his hand is balled up in a fist, and the muscle is extremely tense. There's a grimace on his face that wasn't there before.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna kind of unsheath the sword a little bit and see if he in any way attempts to touch the sword.
He does not. The sword, however, says this one couldn't do it. He's weak. He'll make me
There's
stronger
no need
soon.
for that. There's no need for that now.
Just in case it helps, I would try to hit his uncle with my healing hand thing. It's probably not going to do anything, but it would be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned.
Does not
Heals
do
the hit points.
He has spent most of his adventuring fortune has been spent trying to get him better. Nothing.
So he's just like stuck like this.
There's one day he told me that I needed to find Onyx, find Talik, finish the job on Talik.
But other than that, he's just kind of dead like this.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So that I have a feeling that if and when I finish the job on Talik, that will save him. I don't know save him from what, but I think I think Talik did something to his soul, and I want to get it back. Because fuck that guy.
Agreed. Fuck that guy.
So,
Just hear down the hall. Watch your language in the house.
Sorry, ma'am.
wasn't Talik just like some guy? I'm still stuck on Talik is alive.
Mm-hmm.
Bless you.
Plus,
Because, like, he was just a guy.
Just a guy
And it's
who
been several hundred years.
and just a guy who figured out how to unleash a cosmic dragon.
Make a religion check.
Okay.
Not been a lot of dice rolling tonight. Been a lot of
No.
talking.
Not talking.
as a god, does she get advantage?
She does, yeah. Go ahead and take it if you're a god.
No.
You sure you don't want it as a god?
No, I'll
The
take
god
my
to
failure.
me.
Thank you. 4.
4. I can't say anything.
Yeah, that's fine. I've just.
Wait, what is
I
your
mean, the story
intelligence?
goes that he's just a
No.
prophet, but not like anything like that.
Is
The
Felix
story-
also dumb?
No.
Just doesn't know this random obscure thing that Dan was gonna say. You can make a roll about it.
I speak 5 languages, my guy.
Double her roll. 8.
Very good.
Doesn't.
I don't know about all this heresy bullshit, okay? Sorry.
Yeah, this all.
Okay, so
this is
he-
this kind of heresy is what gets the fucking Space Marines involved.
Well, it's he.
I am proficient in religion.
Sure, I'll allow it.
Natural.
Hey!
Okay. So, the dwarf Talik was the prophet of Rud Teljes.
The dwarf.
Dwarf.
Talik.
And recounting again, the person that had said that Atosh had a key of his was a dwarf.
Oh no! I don't like where this is going.
So I'll say those things out loud. I was like, I just connected some dots together. A brief pathway opened up in the concussion.
No, that's what we
Slowly
call.
reduce
I was like,
clarity.
and I got like one hand on like his forearm. I was like, did Taylor come here?
There's no movement or reaction, but there's a visible grimace on his face that wasn't there before.
Ow, fuck.
And when you touch him, the hand does let up from clench a little bit, but then clenches and remains. And go ahead and make a perception check for this.
9.
9.
Fucking A.
Roll better. I rolled a 10. I just subtracted perception.
His you could see his chest rising and falling faster than it was.
Stop.
And the scowl on it, it turns from a grimace to a scowl.
Was Hold working with Talek?
You hear the hand clasp again.
I'm gonna
and
walk over. Do you want me to talk to him? Get his mind?
Well, let's finish this and then.
you hear the hand clench again. This time there's a small ruffle that you can hear from within his hand. And it's clenched shut.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to kind of open his hand up. Is there anything in there?
There is a very, very crumpled piece of paper that it looks like tissue that is written on. And it simply says, "We need the blade. Bring the ring."
Yeah. Hand this to Atosh.
A note?
Yes. Decipher. Enhance.
I like flip the paper like it's written in common. It's a sentence. There's nothing to decode, and I'm like, I take out my ring. And I'm like,
Enhance.
So,
Look at it.
because someone mentioned it was a key.
when you raise the ring, the paper flashes and
Fuck.
disappears
Ah,
and,
shit.
and becomes like a slew of papers, and they scatter onto the ground before you. And
What?
I didn't mean to do that.
What the fuck?
that is where we will end the session.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Subscribe to Run.
Yeah! Click the M game button and scream.